This is D'Angelo Wallace's the predictable fate of Andrew Tate banned in real life video. It's a really good video, and I kind of want to watch all of it, but we're just gonna look at like the sad testimonials of his course, I think, on Hustlers University, because if you want to understand like the genuine impact that someone like Andrew Tate has, other than like rampant misogyny. No, I didn't pre-watch. Someone sent this to me. No hate. You literally believe everything you see on the internet. Hassan, don't lie over these days. Over 24 is crazy though. What? You literally believe everything you see on the internet? What? What are you talking about? What? Okay, I just want to mention something, but like, first of all, everyone has personal biases, right? That allow them to basically be more forgiving or more open-minded to someone who is on their side, ostensibly. I recognize this. I have 33,000 fucking psychos in the chat who will correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, regardless. But the idea that I am, in particular, someone who is like very goofy and is like caught in schemes is a very funny take, because you're saying that in defense of someone who is selling you a scheme. Like a PUA guy who's like, yeah, 24-year-olds are the best pussy. Like, I fucked many. Trust me. That kind of thing. You know?
University. Now, at first, it might seem like Andrew Tate at this point was getting all of the fame, but none of the money. Sure, his name was raking in the views, but none of these views were actually on his account. But if you feel sorry for him, then I have great news. He was still directly profiting off of his newfound audience by just getting them to give him money. See, this Tate mania was funneling a massive wave of new fans into his online courses, chief of which is Hustlers University. But HU actually wasn't Andrew's first foray into the world of completely unnecessary online courses. He actually has this old one that he called his PhD program, and it's terrible. Not even just the content, the course itself barely even qualifies as a course. It's basically just a rant.
I'm not gonna break it down to little videos. What I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna lay down some knowledge for the next long time.
And look, if you...
That's Ty Lopez. He was literally copying Ty Lopez. Oh my God. 100%.
you are going to make one really long video, then I do think it should at least be somewhat structured. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be a D'Angelo Wallace video, but you got to at least put some effort into it.
I actually went out of my way and bought a whiteboard. That's some genuine effort.
Oh, okay, never mind, there's a whiteboard. So I was already wary about spending any amount of time at all on this course, but I wanted to see if he was offering anything different than his usual awful takes on women. And for a moment, I thought I was going to be surprised.
You are not going to be successful with girls if you hate girls. You need to get that out of your head.
But of course, even when he was almost correct, he was still completely wrong, because this entire course is just him self-reporting the manipulation tactics he uses to ensnare women.
You can put yourself in the right position so that the rules of the game favor you, then you should be very happy women think a particular way.
Women are good actually, because you can easily manipulate them, is pretty much on par with the same harebrained takes I heard in all of his interviews, so I didn't even bother looking at the rest of the course since it was obviously just a desperate cash grab from a man who can't even get through a single mock date with a woman, by the way. That Dunning-Kruger pack hits different.
Should charge double for this.
And how much was he charging? Well, before he removed the course from his website, $419 US. But hey, at least it was discounted from 900 bucks. Anyway, despite being trash and currently unavailable to buy, the PhD program was clearly a viable business model. Andrew Tate would go on to unveil his other course, Hustlers University. But then he shut down Hustlers University and rebranded it and relaunched it as The Real World. So the topic of The Real World, or HU, or whatever you want to call it, is a little bit different from the PhD program. This time, you won't be learning how to get the girls. You will be learning how to get the the bag. The Real World is a financial education course where Tate and his hired help will reveal the secrets of wealth creation. Never seen that offered by an influencer before. But the Real World is different, you see. It's not just a learning platform. It's also a community where an alleged 200,000 members get together to make friends, offer help, and celebrate those W's. And as it turns out, this community is actually why Andrew Tate is popular right now. This is where all of those Tate clips were coming from. See, back when it was Hustlers University,
I'm just saying, this is a very well sourced and very well thought out video that came out 8 days ago. Just remember, it took me 3.5 seconds of looking at Andrew Tate's entire shtick to recognize what he is saying right now. Literally, I found out about Andrew Tate. I saw the Hustlers University shit. I recognized that it was a multi-level marketing scheme, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's the reason why they're doing it. And I've been saying it for like a year now. So sometimes I do get things right. Just remember that, okay?
the platform included an affiliate program where people who signed up would make money if they referred more people to sign up. And part of those sign-up tactics involved posting Andrew Tate clips online, specifically ones that would cause controversy. You want rage, you want war. And that's a direct quote. So not only was Andrew Tate's blow up online just a calculated move to funnel people into giving him more money, he was all but paying people to post specifically his most harmful content. Now, Tate later shut down the affiliate program due to mysterious circumstances that we will get into later, but the damage has obviously already been done. Now, even though the psyop to make Andrew Tate famous is over, the real world is still very much a thing. And who better to tell us about it than the man himself?
Pitched battles in which armies go to war with machines of death and destruction is about nothing more than influence.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the everything. I didn't even add anything to the video. It's just like that. So the problem that the real world is attempting to solve is the fact that not enough people know how to escape the Matrix.
Once they can influence you, they can control you. Every single thing that exists out there inside of the Matrix is done so with a purpose.
And how does one escape the Matrix, you might
I didn't miss it, bro. I saw the fucking airplanes.
add? Well, by paying Andrew Tate $50 a month, of course.
This is how I will teach you how to make money in ways you have never heard of before.
Yeah, so these unheard of methods, according to the website, are copywriting, freelancing.
If you're a full ass adult and you get fooled by this, you deserve it. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard not to have that opinion. I try to like silence it inside of me. Every time I see like his biggest dick riders, I'm like, you deserve the financially awful situation that you put yourself in. I don't say it out loud, but I can't stop myself from thinking it. You know what I mean? A lot of them are kids. Nah, man, they're not. They fucking sure are not. No, the kids don't do the Hustlers University shit. The kids just see the TikTok videos and go, oh, I love that. On God, W. It's the fucking dumbass adults who are in a horrifying situation due to capitalism that are desperately looking for get rich quick schemes. You know what I mean?
Stocks, e-commerce, and crypto. Raise a hand for each one of these that you have heard of before. Wait, actually, you probably don't have 5 hands.
The Matrix is cracking. And if you want to escape, I'm waiting for you inside of the real world.
You know what? I'm going to say it. The Matrix ruined a whole generation of men. Y'all took one look at Neo and said, it's me, yo. It's a movie made in Hollywood. Anyway, the first thought that crossed my mind when I first
by 2 trans sisters, by the way,
heard about HU and the real world is that kind of sounds like a scam. Like, considering how shady all of Tate's other online business ventures are, it's kind of hard to imagine that this would be completely on the up and up. But you know what? It could be. Investigating scams on the internet is not my forte, but thankfully it's someone's forte.
Today, I'm getting a PhD from Hustler University.
So CoffeeZilla is a YouTuber known for uncovering scams, and he uploaded a look into Hustlers University from the inside. After paying the $50, he immediately noticed the low quality of both the instruction and the material.
Your instructors have a fraction of the charisma of Tate. You're supposed to commit yourself to these skill sets which are super surface level.
Andrew Tate making a low quality online course? Who would have thought? I bet this one doesn't even have a whiteboard. So the main issue seems to be a mismatch between how the real world is presented and what actually happens once you're inside the program.
You've been told you're going to escape the matrix. You're going to take the red pill. But what you end up doing in this course is sort of learning how to run an Amazon side hustle for Jeff Bezos.
Not quite the life-changing information that Tate was making it out to be. In fact, CoffeeZilla points out that while people were making money,
I just want to point this out. Didn't know, didn't sign up for it, and I immediately fucking called it out. Again, 10 seconds is what it took for me to be like, this is drop shipping, cryptocurrency, and copyright bullshit. Which it was.
it's not nearly what you would expect from the way Tate talks about it. Overall, whether or not you'd call the real world a scam
I've seen it
depends
so
on
many
whether or not
times.
you call an overpriced, under-delivering, surface-level course a scam.
This course doesn't seem to be getting people rich. It just teaches lost guys extremely basic skills that are free to learn, but charges them $50 a month for it so they can feel like they're escaping the matrix by working for Jeff Bezos.
And there you have it. By the way, among the other great information in CoffeeZilla's video, he also brings up a couple of really shady things that Andrew does with the real world members who miss a payment.
People who don't renew, we don't kick you out, we put you in the jail, and you sit there in your cell and you have no access to the money-making information, and we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show you.
If you took a shot every time this man mentions jail, you wouldn't even be able to make it to the end of this video. Anyway, what he's describing is beyond manipulative and weird, but CoffeeZilla goes into more details about that in his video, and it's a great watch in general, so I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't already seen it. If you have already seen it though, you're actually in great company because Andrew Tate himself not only watched, but reacted to the video. It is exactly what you would expect.
What does he look like?
I don't know.
He looks
Does he?
like a geek.
Oh, he must be then.
These people are in their mid-30s, by the way. But yeah, that's the real world / Hustlers University / Andrew Tate's latest cash grab. Or at least it's one of them. See, he also has the War Room, which kind of just looks like a fraternity, except it cost $5,450 to join, so there's that. But if that's not enough, then there's also War Plans. War Plans is apparently a platform where you can pay $17 to have someone on Tate's team give you advice for 10 minutes. My first job out of college, I don't even think I was making $17 an hour, let alone every 10 minutes, but I guess that's more so on me for being a gas station clerk instead of a War Plans advisor. Anyway, Tate's page for the War Plans actually started to make me feel a bit sad. I mean, obviously at this point, I was already sad from the manipulation and the misogyny and Andrew Tate's attempts to rap, but at the bottom of that War Plans page, there are a bunch of user submitted testimony videos from people who have given their money to Andrew Tate Associates. And as I watched those, this is where it all really started to sink in. This is all just designed to take advantage of young men at their very lowest points.
I've been dealing with a lot of self-doubt.
I have had no one to talk to.
I feel like I can't get advice from anywhere else.
I was lacking guidance.
I just wanted some guidance that my father is not giving me.
Everything Tate is doing lures in guys who are lonely or lost or feel like they have nobody to talk to. And by the way, if some of them looked really young to you, that's because...
Okay, I take it back. That shit makes me so sad. And then I look at like my immediate blue checkmark reply guys, and I know those motherfuckers are in there being like, Lazan, you're gay! You're gay! Remember when you painted your nails? You're gay, dog! Not me, though! And immediately I'm right back to like, yeah, you deserve being a fucking living just a horribly sad life.
Because they are.
I've just turned 20 2 days ago.
I turn 18 in a year because I'm 17.
I just turned 17 today.
And what are we doing with all of these young, vulnerable people? Why, funneling them into a $50 a month course. Or even worse, towards the $5,000 War Room.
And the best advice he gave me was just to join Hustlers University.
I'm gonna save up my income to join the War Room.
How can I optimize my current financial situation in order to be able to pay the fees for War Room?
It's not just the age or the lack of guidance. I heard so much negative self-talk in those testimonies as well.
It's time for me to stop looking like a ragamuffin.
You stop being a bitch. Get my shit done.
I've wasted the past year of my life.
I don't have any real advantages.
I'm weak in my speech. and I'm weak in the way that I carry myself.
If I had to sum it all up in one word, I would say Andrew Tate is preying upon insecurity above all else. Combating the rampant misogyny that Andrew Tate spreads is obviously the main priority, since it's posing a strong and immediate danger to women everywhere by normalizing harmful behavior. In addition to that, I think it's also pretty important to point out that this wave of vitriol towards women is being propped up on the backs of an insecurity epidemic among men. And like, what are you supposed to feel if not insecure when you have men like Andrew Tate calling you a geek or a loser or poor for drinking tap water? Bottom line, there is real desperation here, and it's just sort of sad to see because these people are crying out to the one person on the internet who doesn't actually care about them.
Feels like we're all in the dark somehow.
I know I'm not a nut. I know what's inside me, and I'll die.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. If I fuck, dude. Okay. Here's some honesty time. Looking at these dudes, man. Looking at these fucking dudes, I see a lot of myself. Okay? I could have absolutely been these guys. 1,000,000%. And I think a lot of young men go through that. They're sad, they're insecure, they're fucking lame, they think everyone's making fun of them, they have social anxieties, and there is so much fucking uncertainty on whether or not you're gonna make it. You see all these things online, you see all these things in the movies, like these guys are fucking rich, they got babes around them, they got fucking nice cars, and you're like, will I ever get that? Like, I really want that. Will I ever be able to get that? No. And especially if you have a fucking 9-to-5 that you despise. And I certainly had one that I did not have any control, where I did not have any control over my own life, and I hated it as well. It's like a diverging road where you can either realize that there are things that are in your control that you can change about yourself and truly push to like make yourself a better person and constantly strive to progress, or just take the other side and be like, oh, it's actually the systems that are at fault. And what I mean by that is not like the capitalist system that does legitimately fucking harm you and materially keep you in the place that you're in, but it's systems like feminism. It's the systemic failures of liberalism, progressivism, feminism, all the isms that like make you feel lesser than actually. There's a sense of entitlement that you have as a young man when you're growing up, and when you don't meet that expectation that society has placed upon you in your own mind, you come to that crossroads. Everyone does. I was very fortunate that I had, positive people around me, both in my group of friends and also in like the older people that are around me, that I did not fall down that pipeline. And I'm saying this as like a guy who was a lush, a guy who was literally arrested for like drunk driving, never convicted or charged or anything like that, but I was arrested for it. You know what I mean? And I do see a lot of myself and people giving testimonials like this. Fucked up.
I'll die trying.
And the worst part is, at the end of the day, these people will literally turn around and thank Tate because they think that he is solving the problem that he has created.
Tristan, Tate, good job, guys. Thank you for saving my life.
I guess making money off of incredibly lonely and desperate men via webcams wasn't enough, so he decided to find other methods of doing this as well. If there's a way to even slightly benefit from something negative or wrong with the world, Andrew Tate will figure it out. So, yeah. Fun. So far, we've taken a look at the worldview Andrew shared via interviews, the perfect storm that led to his TikTok takeover, and the shady online courses that were the driving force behind his completely fabricated rise to prominence. Honestly, if I had to end the video right here, it would kind of be a little depressing because up until this point, he has basically gotten off scot-free with every single thing he's done. But little did we all know that life was about to drop the hammer on Andrew Tate, both online and in a very real way. Andrew Tate and social media bans go way back.
Andrew Tate also knows, Apollinar, you're correct. He knows how to take advantage of lonely guys from all of his many years of like literally copywriting for sex workers online. He knows exactly what to do. Like he was milking sad, lonely men and in chat rooms. You know what I mean? And he basically used that transferable skill to keep milking sad, lonely men directly as himself, instead of ghostwriting for OnlyFans models that he was, you know, allegedly sex trafficking.
Back. Remember during the Big Brother days when he came under fire for his tweets? That was just the beginning. He would continue to post awful things on Twitter, getting closer and closer to crossing the line. And then in October 2017, right at the height of the Me Too movement, he just pole vaulted over said line in the middle of an unhinged Twitter rant about how not all of Harvey Weinstein's victims are victims. He says the following: if you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility. And then he goes on to say, with sexual assault, they want to put zero blame on the victim whatsoever. Yeah, so who's gonna tell them that not blaming victims of assault is kind of the point and the general best practice in this scenario? And better question, what kind of person needs to be told this? Now, if his stances somehow weren't clear.
Bro, he said, I wish I had a father. Tate may be a dick and wrong, but he seems so confident and strong. I understand why people sign up. I can't afford it. Okay, good. It's good that you can't afford it then, because he would lead you astray. You fucking subscribed to me for 23 months. What do you mean you can't afford it? What the fuck are you talking about? I hope you're joking.
Clear enough. He goes on to detail exactly how he would shift the blame onto his sister if he found out this sort of thing happened to her. He follows that up by saying, pretend.
Yeah. Is it a surprise that his sister does not talk to him? Probably not. Not after seeing this, at least.
Pretending women are blameless and men shouldn't rape is stupid. And at that point, even Twitter was like, okay, well, this is obviously a terms of service violation. Let's just call the whole thing.
There's no excuse. A lot of your chat is just like them, but they literally choose to follow weirdos. I'm younger than 99% of his fans, and how am I supposed to feel bad for them when they don't understand the shit Tate says is bad? A lot of your chat is just like them, but they literally choose to follow weirdos. What do you mean? If you follow me, you know, listen, I'm not like gassing myself up here in any way, shape, or form. But yes, if you choose to follow me instead of fucking choose to follow Andrew Tate, you are automatically like 98% better off. Because one, you don't have to pay me $50 at any given point to like get the hidden truths. Like I will tell you, I will probably yell it to you for free. You know what I mean? You don't even have to subscribe. You can just like come in here and say whatever the fuck you want. Hey, literally say girls put themselves in positions to get R-worded. Yeah, no, I know. He is a demon. So I don't know why you would compare that to like people who choose to follow me instead. Natty Codes, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. For the record, I recognize that there's a lot of vulnerable young men and women and MBs in this community. That's why I try to like bear that responsibility and ensure that my commentary is as educational as it is, you know, entertaining. And I try to show you, the best practices, which is why in a lot of circumstances, a lot of my haters will say, oh, he's just saying things that everybody agrees with. It's like, well, why do you hate that then? Like, I don't understand. If you agree with it, why do you hate it? Anyway,
and thus, the Cobra Tate Twitter account was permanently banned. Well, almost permanently. But before we get into that, I do want to point out that Andrew later went on to clarify his positions in those tweets.
I'd like to take this time and explain what I was saying in long format video.
Except for the part where the only thing that he clarified was the fact that he meant every single word, literally.
I was having an argument with a feminist, and she was saying that we need to teach men not to rape. And I said, my dear, I love how idealistic you are, but I am realistic.
I feel like if someone
Is that Patrick Bet David? Hey, I'm Patrick Bet David. Come to my channel. We smoke the cigars. Oh God, I love Patrick Bet David. He's so God, he's my favorite. I've said this before. A lot of Iranian men that live in America are very Cuban coded. I would go so far as to say they're like the Cubans of Los Angeles. Iranians are. Even he is so. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Oh, that motherfucker's Iranian." It's like the Assyrian lion. Israeli coded. His name is very Israeli coded. Yes, Felix called this out. He said it's so fucked up that a guy named Pat Bet David, who runs a company called Valuetainment, isn't Israeli. It's just fundamentally wrong. He's not Israeli. He is Iranian. I've advocated to him that you be on his show. Dude, he is literally, if you've ever been to Miami, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just, you have to have experience with Cubans, okay? Like reactionary Cubans especially, and Iranians, and not everyone has. So I don't know how to describe it. Armenians are Italian and Iranians are Cubans. Ooh, that's a good take. Yes, the Armenians are the Italians of California, and the Iranians are the Cubans of California. The Balenciaga meme has gone too fucking far.
Either we will make history or we will be Balenciaga.
Oh no. Oh no. That's too much. Bro, they made a Turkish election Balenciaga, bro. It's too much. We're done. This is so 99% men. I knew someone was going to say that. Hey, guess what? You want to know something funny? As a matter of fact, Turkey had a fucking female prime minister, what, 30 years before the United States of America even dolled out Hillary Clinton to get fucking absolutely owned by Donald Trump. So don't come at me with that bullshit. Yeah. I knew it. I knew one of you dumb motherfuckers was going to get that bait. Ooh, I knew it. Yeah. I mean, she sucked. Don't get me wrong. Just, you know. No, she wasn't a lefty. Tansu chiller. Anyway. Let's get back to the video, though.
Says we need to teach men not to rape. And your first thought is
I have to pee, I'll be back.
I agree, or yes, or so true, bestie. Then you may need to reevaluate some things. But Tate says that we already teach men that, so the real responsibility would be on women to prevent this from happening.
If I were to take $1 million in cash and walk down the street at night in the worst part of town holding it, to a degree I would have some responsibility. When I got robbed, the police would come and say, why did you do that?
He really thinks he's doing something with this comparison, but play stupid games, win stupid prizes does not apply to assault. Nobody is saying that women should not worry about their safety. We're saying that women should not have to worry about their safety. Being alone, drinking at a club, going home with a stranger. These are not things that should come with the danger of being assaulted.
The smartest thing a woman can do to prevent rape is not to sit here on a podcast and try and change the way men think and talk about your bullshit, but to take some degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in dangerous situations.
Instead of listening to one woman talk about the deep-rooted societal issues that have enabled this culture where women are in danger, he would just rather have her shut up and all women just be a little bit smarter and everybody should be fine. And remember that this is him clarifying his tweets. This was literally his opportunity to not sound like this.
I'd like to think that's a pretty logical point.
I mean, it might sound logical to a rapist maybe, but I, on the other hand, am not really convinced. Anyway, the original tweets were already bad enough on their own, so like I said, Twitter dropped the ban hammer. Now, Andrew Tate would actually attempt to evade this ban several times over the next few years with a handful of accounts, getting so far with the 2021 account that he was actually verified. So you were banned on Twitter. They said that all future accounts you make will be banned. And then you directly reach out to Twitter so that they can verify that you are the person that they banned for making new accounts. But like, it worked? I do not know who's dumber in this case, Andrew Tate or Twitter. Now, this behavior obviously turned a few heads with people wondering why Twitter would ban and then later verify the same individual. But Twitter said in a statement, and
they're so woke, dude. I mean, they're remember, this is woke Twitter, by the way. This is like soy Twitter. They're gay and woke. Yeah.
2022 that Tate's account was, quote, verified in error and has since been permanently suspended. So finally, Tate was permanently banned for real this time. almost. So a couple months passed, we reached mid-2022, his fans make him famous, got that part. Well, after months of this Tate insanity being flung on every single corner of the internet, it was starting to look pretty bad for the social media platforms where this was all going down. You can't talk about Andrew Tate without talking about how social media platforms not only allowed, but promoted his content as well. So in August of that year, another tech company decided to do something about it. Meta owns both Facebook and Instagram, so they banned him from both platforms simultaneously. They said in a statement that Tate was violating the company's policies on dangerous organizations and individuals, and that the ban was permanent. Now, this caused a domino effect. With Tate officially banned from 3 of the world's largest social media platforms, the others decided that now was the time to follow suit. Just a couple days later, TikTok announced that they had banned Andrew Tate as well. They said that they were not only banning Tate, but using technology to track down re-uploads of his content too, making this a more effective ban than the others. Not that effective though, because I was still flooded with so much misogynistic content on TikTok and I didn't even really have to look for it. But hey, at least they disabled the Andrew Tate hashtag, but only after it had surpassed 13 billion views. Now, there was only one major player left, and they were about to make their move. YouTube was the last social media giant to ban Tate from their platform, and they did so very shortly after the others. They pointed out that his content was violating their hate speech policy and that he wouldn't be able to come back at any point. So within less than a week, Tate had gone from being banned on Twitter to being banned on pretty much everything. Tate seemingly knew this was the end of the road too, because the day that Meta and TikTok banned him, that was the day he shut down his Hustlers University affiliate program that made him famous in the first place. At this point, I'm pretty sure the only social media account he had with a following was like on the video platform Rumble. Pro tip, if you're banned on all social media except Rumble, then you should probably just delete your Rumble account too. Even giving up would be less sad than uploading Rumble exclusive content. Though I guess he still had his Vimeo account, but does Vimeo even really count as social media? I honestly have no idea. Anyway, Tate was going out sad, but it was only just beginning. He decided to upload a 1 hour and 13-minute video statement about his ban, and the only word I can really think of to describe it is pain. If there's one thing he really wanted you to know, it's that he's not emotionally affected.
It doesn't emotionally affect me, not negatively affected. It didn't personally bother me. Without being emotionally affected, I don't take any of these decisions personally. I wasn't emotionally affected by this. I'm not an emotional person. I do not do emotional responses. I'm a very logical man. It doesn't emotionally affect me. I really am not the type of person to take these things personally. I am not emotional.
Oof. Another tough watch. This entire video is so hard to get through because it made me realize something. Andrew Tate cannot carry a video by himself. There's a reason that all his other popular videos involve him talking to other people, because if there's nobody there to guide the conversation, he just repeats himself over and over in circles. But regardless, I sorted through the entire hour with all the repetition and rambling, and these were his main points.
Narratives are being purported which are absolutely and utterly false.
So the thesis of this video is that everybody calling Tate misogynistic is actually just lying. Not only that, but the people calling out the misogyny, they don't even care about women, apparently.
None of these people who are attacking me care about women. None of them donate to women's charities. None of them donate to charity like I do.
People like Andrew Tate love this argument. Like, you don't really care about insert marginalized group. You're just calling me out because you like calling people out. The moment someone says that, I'm like, okay, well,
unless you're a leftist, in which case they finally arrived at the truth, which is that charity doesn't mean socialism. Only after they were forced to reckon with that, because they used to say it all the time when I used to do it privately. Okay, and now I've noticed, I don't know if you guys have as well, on the internet, all the people that used to say like, why doesn't Hassan do charity publicly, are now saying, why does Hassan do charity publicly? For clout. That's the reason. Which, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. We knew that that was going to happen. But now we're there. I called it.
Well, they've clearly been backed into a corner.
I do not like having long-form video of me cut up, elements taken out of context.
Got me there, Andrew. So he's going for the old I was taken out of context approach. But as someone who has all of the context, let me tell you, it's not going to save you. I watched all 5 interviews that I pulled clips from in their entirety. I read the entire Twitter thread that got him banned. Heck, I even watched him in Big Brother to make sure I had the full context of how he was acting. And in none of those cases Was there ever actually a misleading context? If he said something that sounds shady, then it was shady. We didn't change it to make it sound that way. If it sounded misogynistic or wrong, it was misogynistic and wrong, because Tate continues to be misogynistic and wrong. There is no grand agenda to make you seem worse. You're just already the worst.
It's very, very easy to take 2 hours of video, snip out 10 seconds, edit it up quickly on a phone app, and then blow it up to millions and millions of views with all context removed.
So fun.
It's pretty funny because he told his fans to do it, and it was a very successful way to get famous. And then once he got famous, for the misogyny that he was very directly channeling and very directly telling his fans to repeat, he turned around and got upset at it because people were like, wait a minute, you are a fucking asshole. Fuck you. Ridiculous. Like, NF Gale, thank you for the 5 get the subs, by the way. If I was mad at NF Gale right now for gifting subs at the top of the hour, after repeating it over and over again, I would be fucking ridiculous. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you could do for $5 or for free, or by getting gifted a sub. This is something that I repeat all the time. If I were to turn around and fucking be like, wow, don't give subs, you fucking idiot, you loser, stop it, all of a sudden, you know, it would be analogous to Andrew Tate yelling about this shit. That's right. Here's the 3-minute ad break right now, by the way. Sun Jockey, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Blue Wizard Cult, thank you for the 5 gifted subs.
Fun fact, actually really, really sad fact. He's the one who told people to do this. The only reason he's famous is because he practically paid people to post short, controversial, rage farming videos in every corner of the internet. Specifically,
how come you never get clipped out of context? Seems to only work on Tate. Wait, what do you mean? Are you serious? You think I don't get clipped out of context? First of all, unlike Andrew Tate, I do quite literally go on 8-hour-long fucking rants. Andrew Tate doesn't really do that. He just like talks for a little bit. Who? Why'd you get clipped out of context? Here, yesterday. Speaking to the microphone. Why did you get clipped out of context yesterday? Wait, which? Oh, the one that. Hold on. Murat's here right now, and he's talking about this clip. Wait, hold on. Did I like that one? I think I did. Was it Comrade Lamb or something that posted? Someone posted about you. No, it wasn't Comrade Lamb. They're asking you how was the wedding king. He came back drunk. He came back fucking drunk. No, it wasn't Comrade Lamb. Who was it? Fuck, what was it? Now I gotta look at my phone. Murat loves it so much he sent it to the fucking family group chat, dude.
Well, I showed it to mom and she's like, I need the link.
You are now officially, you know, aware of your stands and love it. Personally, you can't even hide it anymore.
I've never said that I don't appreciate them. The reality and the very open.
It was Carl Barks.
Is that they're great. Big fan. I stand my stands.
Carl Barks. Wait, what? Fuck, why doesn't these usernames? The Carl Barks. I wrote Carl Barks and it didn't show up. The Carl Barks. Motherfuckers promoting Blouse Subathon with a video of me. recently that I got clipped out of context saying I felt sorry for Andrew Tate being in prison. Meanwhile, I was making fun of his hair.
Does that make you a part of the Matrix?
Yeah. No. I was a defender against the Matrix, and then I became a part of the Matrix later. Abi Erdoğan kaybederse Türkiye'ye gelecek misin bu yaz? Evet! Geleceğim lan!
With the intention of increasing his online profile. The fact that he's now complaining about what he asked his fans to do is some pretty spineless stuff.
And this is something that I can't control.
I must have missed the part in the 41 Tenets of Manliness where we're supposed to play the victim instead of owning up and taking accountability, but to be fair, I was barely reading most of those.
I will blame myself for the fact that people have managed to do this to me.
Like, for a guy who talks so much about personal responsibility, it sure does seem to be in short supply. He also has this one line, and y'all don't understand. I am obsessed with it.
If my mentality is so wrong, how have I managed to amass enormous wealth?
How can I be a bad person?
That's awesome. Famously, all the rich people have the right mentality. Famously, the more wealthy you are, I don't have it here. Thank you, Murat. Thank you for defending me. Thank you for defending my honor. Mom is way too comfortable coming in here and just like breaking up the content for like random innocuous things that she's.
I'm an advocate for people.
You're an advocate for people barging in here? Okay, I unmuted you.
That one was.
No, Mom comes in here. You guys don't see it, but like she'll come in here and she'll be like, "Give me Advil." I'm like, "Mom, I don't. What are you doing?" Like. Anyway, I was just showing Murat the possible backpacks that we might use. I mean, look, do you see the many different?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a little big and seems a little rigid and might be a little heavy or cumbersome, but you know,
yeah,
sure, yeah.
Okay. Person. If I'm rich, huh? That is a level of out of touch that I can only aspire to. Anyway, speaking of wealth, Tate announces that he will be starting a foundation to
backpacks for what? For my IRL streaming backpack, which has been on its last leg for many years at this point.
But the backpacks, you don't like that the backpack's falling apart, not the actual technical equipment in it, right?
The technical equipment, I'm actually getting new ones on as well. I'm getting the new Live View Solo. Shouts out to Unlimited IRL for that, by the way. They're sending it to me. The new Live View Solo is what I will be working on now. It has like 4 modems inside of it, and
I really want to get you
the tech is outdated slightly, but it still works perfectly fine. But you know, it's good to get an update. It's good to get an upgrade, and it's going to have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 international modems in it, which is really sick. And also on top of
modems,
that,
you mean just like regular cell?
No. The plans in that are not usually international.
Okay.
Like they might be, if they're America specific, it's different. But these ones work even in Japan. Bro, NMP Lol has 8 modems. Yes, NMP Lol actually uses the modem that I might have I considered possibly purchasing, except it's $25,000. From what I understand, he uses the 800. This one. This is like some really nerdy shit, by the way.
You're showing it to me, right? Not them.
Yeah, hold on. The LiveView 800, LU 800 backpack.
I love that BNH just like straight up sells the stuff now.
Wait, what the fuck? Why does it say $325? This is wrong. It's like 25 grand. The LiveView LU 800 multi-camera 4K SDI HDR encoder. This right here is $25,000, and you have a built-in switcher, which means that you can literally fucking. But unfortunately, it's only SDI. So you have professional cameras, 4 of them that you can fucking connect to this thing, and you can switch between them, which is wild. For live broadcasting, the fact that this is quite literally a TV station, like a news TV station that you can wear on your back.
Yeah, it has like, have you seen those like communication Marines or whatever that have like the backpack radios? Kind of has that kind of vibe to it.
You can't use a Terra deck and have a wireless cam. Yeah. It's SDI only, which means I can't use it regardless, so it doesn't matter.
Could convert the SDI to HDMI.
No. I would trust the guy who built a satellite. He doesn't know anything about this kind of equipment. He's just freestyling.
You know, I designed the video system on the Starliner. Right?
I know you did, and it fucking sucked. When are you ordering it? No, I'm gonna have it in a couple days. Not this though. The one I have is the new Unlimited IRL's very own backpack. The Unlimited IRL backpack. I guess it's V7. It's the latest version. A complete turnkey indoor-outdoor live streaming solution by Unlimited IRL. It's the Gunrun IRL backpack version 7, starting at $2,695.
I don't know why
it's
they
the
love that
LiveView
camera.
Solo Pro. They love that camera because it's simple. It has up to 4 Solo Connect modems, which I have already. Unlimited streaming around the world. No SIMs needed. Includes wide cables.
So, do they pay for the cell plan, or do you like?
It has a wide. This camera has a wide lens and has pretty good image stabilization.
Yeah,
That's
that
why.
makes sense. Like, do you like go out and buy a cell service, or like do you pay them? Like, how do I'm trying to understand their business model. I don't know. I don't care what you specifically do, but someone's got to pay for the internet. Who's paying for it?
I don't know. The camera is really easy to get audio and clean HDMI out with stabilized. They are literally only made in Japan, so they're so fucking expensive. Yeah. What was your question again? Sorry.
Like, who do you like pay like a service fee to this company, or you just buy the hardware and just like connect straight?
There's different ways of working with it. I work with them, so I don't do any of that. But like for the most part, people, you can rent it, or you can buy it. You can buy the backpack, and then there's like there's a couple monthly fees that you need to pay for the cloud service that you beam the footage to, and also the SIM cards, obviously. But yeah, Mexico's paying for it, folks. So for me though, I don't like these backpacks. Like, I love the backpack structure. I just don't like the skeleton of the backpack itself. Especially because like this backpack that I've been using for a very long time. And it is fucking broken, okay? Bro, just use an iPhone. Yeah, totally. You can definitely get the same quality with an iPhone with one SIM card. Yeah, that's why they have my name on here. Trusted by some of the world's biggest streamers, including Pokemon, XQ, NMP Law, Tubbo, Hasanabi, and Tifu. And Brand. What? Yeah, they put me after fucking NMP Law, Tubbo, Pokemon, and XQC. Wait, what's the SIM card for? Well, you need to have... What? You need to have internet, like
SM, 5G, whatever.
How do you materialize internet?
Can you connect this to Wi-Fi?
Which backpack are you planning on? Yeah, you can connect this backpack and every other backpack, my backpack, to the Wi-Fi too.
I've been wanting you to get a Starlink, and then we can Wi-Fi signal.
Damn, they should be sponsoring you.
You
Wait,
can do it like in random places that you don't have cell signal.
I don't know if that's. I don't think that is reliable. Some people have probably done it. Tubbo, I'm sure. Do your modems work with both US and EU bands? Yes, they do currently, but this one is going to be even better, apparently. That's what they're saying. Tubbo is literally the guy who loves this shit personally. Tubbo, have you seen this? Have you tested this? This one is really interesting for me. Even though it has SDI only capability, I feel like if there was a way to do that, if there was a way to, I don't know, somehow feed the footage into this thing, you could literally do like a 4-person Twitch stream on one stream with multiple cameras and have someone switching in between them.
Is there like an app for it?
Yeah, probably.
Have like a producer with an iPhone, just like
an SDI to HDMI converter. Yes, but you need to have it also be. You need to have the SDI to HDMI converter, but you have to use like Bluetooth or something. Like you need to, how are you going to, I'm talking, it needs to be wireless. If you're going to use 4 cameras, they can't all be like fucking connected at the hip to the goddamn thing.
wireless like video transmission equipment.
That's what I mean. I mean, that's also not going to be good though. 25K is insane. Yeah, no, it's not. It's better than a fucking $25 million van.
Those vans are not 25 million.
They used to be back in the day. They were. How much was a news van cost? Let's see.
I'm gonna say 300.
No, I actually know how much it costs. Well, the news van production van was able to be purchased for $31,000, but like that's just the van.
Yeah, no, I'm van, which is gonna be like 60K, and then
yeah,
like the satellite dish on top, which is probably like, I don't know, 20K. Got the equipment inside and the cameras and.
I wonder where we can find it. Maybe not $25 million, but like how much does a satellite truck cost? Mount on a truck chassis, eyewitness news, typically satellite of onboard power source. A C-band satellite truck, because that's what basically this is. How much would it be? Dude, I've seen it. It's insane, but to be honest, it's much better to just have 4 bags with 4 RTMP servers and swap the video feed in the cloud. I did a stream in LA where I use 8 feeds, and it works best if it's done in the cloud. Yeah, I remember you did that. $100K to $1 million. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, think about that, though. That's a truck, dog. That's a fucking truck. Think about that. We're talking about a truck that costs $100,000 to $1 million. It's not as nowhere near as portable as a motherfucking nowhere near as portable as a motherfucking backpack, dude. That's crazy. A backpack that costs 25 grand can do this now with literally the same level of quality. Plus gas, insurance, maintenance on the truck, all that stuff. It's just mind-boggling, the technology. I love that shit. The late autistic guppy said...
I feel like people are missing the biggest part of that truck.
What?
The satellite.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, this is massive. Like, you can't fucking take that anywhere. You can take that backpack. That backpack is tiny. It's like a camelback. What the fuck is being said right now? The more you talk about this, the more I realize maybe you're not a boomer at 40. Maybe I'm a boomer at 20. Exactly. It blows my mind. Everyday Astronaut built one for rockets. He filmed Murat's launch.
Luna, the locational uplinking networking asset.
I think it blew up. Yeah. I think they just did.
Oh, he was in the car?
So much. He spent thousands of dollars on cables recently. 70-foot tall mast fixed. Now we got the top.
I don't know. This is unnecessary in my opinion, but hey, I mean, more power to him, you know?
How'd I do?
Yeah, it's a mobile studio.
It's literally just the camera? What do you mean?
On top of the mast?
Oh, the thing on top of the car is a camera to film, like, it's like a super high zoom rocket camera?
With any kind of tracking unit. So
oh, wow.
To do both fast and slow is absolutely unbelievable.
It's impressive.
So this one has Cooper's Cooper, which scope is that?
It's a C8 from like the 1980s.
Celestron.
Yep.
8-inch.
Like I don't know this type of nerding out, but I have so much love and respect for what's going on in this.
Yeah, because you want to do it. You want to fucking see the rockets like they do.
Yeah, but they're not just watching something, right? They're doing science. They're doing like object tracking. They're doing like long distance, optics and compensation and all kinds of stuff for it.
I mean, Live View literally makes news vans if you want to make them with a car.
Again, you're forgetting the most important part.
What?
Satellite.
Again, no, they do that.
No, the point I'm trying to make is you need to have a satellite that is like satellite service provider that you're on.
Oh yeah.
And have to have that set up. And
but I think like as long as you're not in like literally an area where there's no cell coverage whatsoever, like you're fine. I'm not gonna.
Well, the other thing is I think those news trucks beam footage. They don't beam like data, right? So it's just external video feed. that they then can like patch in, or they might like do,
they're sending the footage directly to a satellite that is sending it directly to the newsroom,
like to their patch board. I mean, I'm sure they can like record
right.
stuff
I
and
think
send that
so.
over too.
It's good for disaster areas. Yeah.
Yeah, but like walking around Tokyo, like looking at cool 7-Elevens doesn't necessarily that level of.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Tokyo was pretty clear anyway. It's like America where there's actually an issue with the ISPs, and that's an ISP issue anyway. It's not. That's literally an infrastructure problem more so than it is a problem for anything else. Jake is streaming from Shanghai, China on an Samsung S23.
FTHIJK LMNOP.
I mean, the quality's not that good. I don't think it's that good. It's just like, it's 1080p and it's not even like compressed 1080p, so it's just like regular 1080p, so it's even worse. IRL is not about quality. No, I think it's important. Like for example, when we were filming the protest footage, the pickets, that was filmed with a camera that was a 4K camera. So when it compresses into 1080p, the quality of the footage is still higher. Like it's sharper, it's better overall.
JK LMNOP. Yeah, 差不多。我们可以一起唱。A.
No, I use Brett's camera. Shadows are missing the point. The beauty of this is that it's a phone. A phone is infinitely more portable. A phone can do this with one SIM, okay, which is crazy. A phone can do this with one SIM, and a phone has the software inside of it. That is what's wild about it, okay? And we will get there eventually. We are getting there in places where the ISPs are a lot better. That's called downscaled, not compressed. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, Connor stream in Japan with me was incredible because because it was a camera and a gimbal. He had like a full body gimbal that he was using for image stabilization. Brett didn't use that. He just had like the old version of that, which is a manual fucking arm that just basically sticks to your chest that offers you additional stability. But yeah, I mean, this is the kind of nerdy shit that I actually do enjoy. And this is incredible. Like, I would much prefer using a phone than a camera.
O-P. Yeah. Q-R-S-T.
Yesterday's basketball stream shaking like crazy. Yeah, of course it was shaking like crazy because that's just with a... the best possible thing you can use for a camera, high quality camera, is what is a gimbal? A gimbal is an electronic stabilizer that utilizes, that has weights inside of it, that has weights built into it, that automatically adjusts and readjusts to ensure that your camera is perfectly stable. It's basically like
accelerometers and gyroscopes.
Accelerometers and gyroscopes? Is that what you said? Yeah.
It has little motors.
Whatever. Yeah. It just has your camera always does this, even if you yourself are doing this behind, even if the body is doing this, the camera stays stable the entire time. Now, there is a software, you can use it. Certain cameras have built-in software that automatically image stabilizes. As a matter of fact, the iPhone, I think the latest iPhone has it as well. There's a certain mode for it. And it's pretty cool. It's
I mean, there's other things too, right? You have the image sensor size, you have the optics, you have the audio, you have reliability of the link that you have. You have a bunch of other things that can.
Sony has optical steady shot. It just crops your shit a ton, so you have to use a fixed super wide lens. And MP Lowell's backpack is pretty good, and it barely F's.
Bro, drop me off. I'm gonna go see him
in one of these buildings, man. You wanna go right here, Milena?
Yeah.
I love what you just didn't tell me. It's like every time you come downtown, just know in mind that Chance is somewhere above you, thinking about you, not thinking about you.
No, I feel like Chance is thinking about me right now.
I miss Chance.
Me too.
saw him anyway.
But the fact that he was there was so comforting.
It was.
That's pretty good, quality-wise. I don't know what kind of camera he's using, but it just looks, it doesn't look that great. His camera might be, he could be using a better camera, I think. Jake clip where he's actually walking.
Maybe that's why the front of the plane is called the cockpit.
Dude, I bet if he like put some more like cinematic filters or some shit on his fucking phone camera, this would look ridiculous, dude.
I don't know that English.
The pilots were messing with us this whole time.
I think he's using the front camera.
Cockpit. That's where the pilot sits. The pilot sits in the cockpit. And I bet you the first guy who ever fly a plane.
Who?
His name was.
He's using a Samsung
we're onto
phone.
something here. They tried to hide it from us.
Audio quality is really good too, especially out in public. Oh my god, this is actually huge. Nick's was great and reliable as fuck. So Nick uses this, right? He uses not this. He uses the bulkier version of this, which is the one I showed you, the 25 grand one. The LiveU LU800 multi-camera 4K SDI HDR recorder. But I do think that his camera is probably the Go Action, like the Sony Action Cam. Not Go Action, sorry. The Sony Action Cam that he probably is using is the same one that everyone uses. I have swapped this out for my own camera that I bought under Myth's supervision.
Yeah, that's a good camera. Well, we have a newer.
This is a fine camera. This is a perfectly fine camera. But look at the quality of Nick's stream versus look at the quality of mine. Can you give me a clip from my stream? He uses this one. Yeah, the LiveU 800. That's the one I just showed you. That's literally the one I showed you. Yeah. The LiveU 800 with 4K SDI, HDR6 with 4G global modems and one USB modem.
I wonder why they're 4G and not 5G.
I don't know. Where can someone send me a fucking clip of mine, my stream, please, so we can compare, or do I have to do it myself? Because I will do it myself, but it's just gonna take some time. Why is it always like this? YouTube prioritizes audio quality over video when on a bad network. Here.
Hey, you guys.
Wait, can I tell you something weird?
Tell me something weird.
Okay. My ex-boyfriend broke up with me in January, and your stream is playing on in the background as he was breaking up with me. And I had to quietly mute the stream as he was breaking up with me, but your face was like right.
Do you see the camera quality? This is obviously, again, in 1080p. But do you see the camera quality, the difference in the camera quality? Obviously, that's like more hardware and software differences. But like, you also hired a camera guy? No, I didn't. Not in this one. This is just me. And like, look. Huh. Each camera is so different than one another, obviously, with the quality.
Maybe that's why
But the advantage for this, okay, here it is. The advantage for Jake is the phone, okay? The fact that it's just a phone. It's undefeated. You know, you can go for 10 fucking hours. You're only holding up a phone, okay? You don't have a bulky backpack. It's not easy to fucking... A bulky backpack is not easy to travel with, okay? It's not easy to travel with. This has, in my opinion, a more cinematic quality to it.
Damn. Well, he wasn't the one then.
Yeah. All right. Bye. This has a more cinematic quality to it, in my opinion. And here, this is the difference. Like, look, this is the action cam, the Sony action cam, which is the basic one. I have this as well. I don't know where it is, but like, in my opinion, this is the worst out of the three.
It's like every time you come downtown, just know in mind that chances is somewhere above you thinking about you. Not thinking about you.
Shots fired? No, Nick would agree with this. It's, in my opinion, Nick's hardware is the best out of all three of us. But if the camera in and of itself, if the camera that you're using is just like a regular Sony action cam, it's just gonna, you know. That backpack gives them uninterrupted output though, which is really good. Nick stream at the Ren Fair. It comes down to sensor size and lenses. Phone and action camera are similar, but I think phones have better image processing. Yes. I hear Nick uses this one lately. Yeah, this is... No, I don't think he's using this. I think he's using this, the same version of this, which is the Live U backpack. Yeah. This is a crazy thing, dude. This is literally what, like, TV studios use, by the way. Oh, God. You in the UK? Once a brutal monarchy that justified chattel slavery and the brutal colonial overrule of India and numerous other countries, now have become the powerless symbol of being cucked to one of its former penal colonies. Damn, this was almost a year ago, dude. This is 10 months ago. That's crazy that this is almost a year ago that I went to London. You need to ask NMP Law how to do seamless transitions from computer to IRL, vice versa. He uses some type of application with no issues. Yeah, I know. Nick is a fucking legend. He's really good. S-Fan knows his shit really well, too, with, like, IRL streaming. So does Jake. These guys know a lot more than I do.
I feel like Myth used to nerd out on this stuff a lot more.
Yeah, Myth changed, dude. He's a jock now. He, like... I invited him to eat kebabs with us, and he didn't respond to me.
Wow, dude. Fighting matches all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Kebabs.
He loved that Sony, though. Tried to buy multiple, even in Norway. Does anyone know how I get this 4K Sony camera in Bergen, Norway? I can't find it anywhere. Yeah, he loves the action cam. I don't like it.
I don't think this is the one that you had, though. The one.
No, it is the one I have. It's identical.
Like it had a smaller lens before.
No, this is the exact same one. I don't really like it though. You need a sensor clean before you take off for the UK. What? What's a sensor clean? Oh, you mean clean the lens?
Doesn't that sound great?
Wait, it's recording.
You want it? We should have started ourselves.
This is the quality you're going for. This was Brett film with the Sony.
Where's my,
yeah,
where's my change?
You don't have to.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brett's camera is really, really, really nice, but it's way too heavy in my opinion. I feel like it's not worth unless you have someone doing camera op, and in a lot of circumstances, I would rather just like clean the sensor like this.
Sensor and lens dust can ruin your pictures, require post-processing, or just completely ruin your video. And it happens all the time. In fact, this scene is filled with sensor and lens dust. If you can't see it, it might be hiding in the background blur. So Chelsea raised the f-stop up to f22 so we can see some of that hiding dust.
Oh.
And if you still can't see it, maybe it's hiding in all this detail in the scene. So let's pan up to the empty gray sky. I bet you can see some more of it now, right? To distinguish between sensor and lens dust, try zooming your lens. The sensor dust stays in one place while the lens dust moves in and out.
Why does that look like a gentleman's sausage?
It looks like pee-pee.
You might also see spots in the viewfinder that don't appear in your final photos, and that can be in several different places depending on the type of camera you have. I'm going to show you how to
suddenly I should just buy a new lens, to be honest. I don't like my lens. Yeah. I don't like my lens at all.
Use the wide one, right? I got you 20 and you I have no idea.
Order away. Whatever you want. What camera do you have? I'm a professional photographer. Okay, you should get the new Sony ZV-E1. It's a powerhouse for vlogging and IRL. Any fixed 50 millimeter is going to look pretty cool. The new Sony is also full frame, really good for high quality. No way he has the A6600 chatters. Those cameras are ass for live streaming. They overheat too much. Anyway. You used to do phone streams.
Fit day, dude. Squat up. You ripped it. Oh my god. You ripped it. You ripped your pants. This is an actual child.
God, it's so bad. It's so fucking bad. Did you order? All right, good. Do you use a 24 millimeter or 60 millimeter? Dude, I don't fucking know. Anyway. Let's watch the Pinely video on Sunny V2. We're going to move away from the backpack stuff for now. Well, first we'll do this. 1,000 deaf people here for the first time.
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're going to help hear again.
What is this? Why do cats act so weird? Okay, how dare you?
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're going to help hear again. And she hasn't heard her mother's voice in 4 years.
Can you hear?
I love you.
Next, we help Kaylee.
What?
Sudi, and even entire families hear their loved ones again. But they are only a few of the 1,000 people that we are going to help hear again today. We got our hands on over $3 million of cutting-edge hearing technology that, unlike old hearing aids, analyzes people's specific hearing needs and allowing them to hear again without causing any damage.
Can you hear me talking now?
Yes.
Oh my God. Wait, he can hear me.
I'm gonna cry.
You just saved my dad's life.
And our 10th person was Aisha.
I used to watch him like a lot. Like
Used to?
No, stop.
What happened?
No, guys,
I know
no,
this is over.
No.
Go ahead, do a test.
Mommy?
She can't hear you yet, but she will in 3, 2, 1.
Hello. I can hear my baby girl.
I can hear my voice in my left ear now.
How's it sound? He's dancing.
Oh my God.
This is amazing.
Did you hear that?
I can.
At this point, we've helped over 40 people hear again. But on top of that, we wanted to give them a little surprise. This is $10,000. It's yours.
Here you go. We also want to give you $10,000 to make this day a little bit better.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just don't have a heart attack, please. Which is better, hearing or the 10 grand?
The hearing, because I can hear my baby.
Do you watch the channel? Can you guys close your eyes? Can I borrow you for 1 second?
Can you tell them you guys just won $10,000?
Okay, open your eyes.
You won $10,000. Oh my God. I'll get home and have a heart attack.
Please don't. What is with everyone and having heart attacks this video? Turn around and look at the camera and you just go subscribe.
Why is he wearing... Why is he wearing scrubs?
Subscribe.
There you go. Ivy's the next big YouTuber. Why don't we give you $10,000 as well? Here you go.
The hearing aids was enough, but that is awesome.
Not only did we want to help you here, we also wanted to give you $10,000 on top of it.
I'm rich.
What are you going to spend the money on?
You mentioned you have 12 grandkids? No, in here is $12,000. No way. So now you can give out grand to each of your grandkids.
You can just tell me my jokes are dumb. Here you go.
Why do you want me to do with this?
Is there something you want to buy?
Not the things I want to buy.
Well, now you can. When we were talking earlier, they mentioned you guys enjoyed jet ski.
Is there anything you want but you don't want to spend the money on?
Jet ski for him. His jet ski broke down. Who are you?
Mr. Reese.
Can I hug you?
Wait, did you just realize who I am?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know what you.
Yeah, I'm the one who helped you here. Well, now that you know who I am, can I surprise you guys with something?
Yeah.
Okay, I went out and I bought a brand new jet ski for you guys.
I was going to sell my wife to try to get with.
Oh, really? I got you.
Thank you so much.
And while we were busy helping more people, I sent Nolan to give a gift to one of our youngest patients.
I've got some custom pink hearing aids for you.
Look at that.
Listen, what do you say we go get some more toys? We're just gonna go to the toy aisle and you just go crazy, all right? It's Jimmy's money.
I'm taking all his money. Yes.
Oh, what's that?
You like this sound?
You need more. Open. This is my best thing ever. Thank you, Mr. Beast.
This is the darndest thing I've ever heard of.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
And I mean, my word, you know.
You can hear.
I can hear really good.
I hear myself pretty good.
Try talking to him from back there.
Colton, who's the best quarterback ever?
Peyton Manning.
He hears very well.
To test your new hearing, we got you tickets to the upcoming championship basketball game for you and your whole family to go to. What better way to break in your new hearing than going to a Taylor Swift concert? And experience it with your new hearing.
Welcome to Houston and hello friends.
These are like the best seats we've ever had for a basketball game.
There it is!
But we didn't want to only help people in the United States.
Which is why we flew to Mexico to help 200 deaf people. Come on.
Leobardo and Salmai have always wanted to hear their daughter's voice, but are unable to afford hearing technology. However, today, that's about to change.
They've been saying repeatedly over sign language, they're so excited to hear us say mama and papa for the first time. They're flicking them on. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Papa? Papa?
You can hear? Yeah.
Thank you for doing this for me. Thank you.
You should be able to hear now.
What's it like? Aww. She hasn't heard properly for 67 years. 3, 2, 1. ¿Cómo se siente?
Bien.
Yeah.
¿Del oído bien?
How much different is it?
Mucho.
Wow. Great.
And we also went to Guatemala, Brazil, and we also helped hundreds of people in South Africa, Malawi, and Indonesia. And I learned while filming this video that providing hearing isn't the only way to connect people. Sign language connects people whether they can hear or not.
But access to learning sign language is still very limited in many places. So we're gonna donate $100,000 to organizations around the world that are teaching people sign language.
But aside from that, we still have our final person left to help.
Subscribe.
There you go.
Cuba is giving everyone $60,000 cochlear implants. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Mr. Beast. Or Mr. Chupacabra. The real beast. Beast of socialism. It's a great video. Why did people make a deal about this? I never understood it. I mean, I'm glad that he's like still doing this shit. So, you know what I mean? Instead of you know, instead of just being like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. Somehow this is bad and it's Hassan's fault. Yeah, I know. People still, it's kind of wild that people still fucking say that, falsely claim that I'm like, I was upset at Mr. Beast for curing people's like seeing issues. All right, where's the Sunny V2 video? Fuck. Hearing aids are a big no-no in some deaf communities. I really don't get it, but it's a prominent thing. Yeah, I know. We talked about this last time when we were talking about
We all love.
What did you say that made people upset? I didn't say anything. People just like assumed or like falsely claimed that I was just mad at Mr. Beast or something.
Feeling smart or sapient, as I like to call it. But what if I told you that there are people out there who get off of that very feeling as a living, who just talk and talk and talk for hours on end like a bunch of assholes and make money off of it? I'm obviously talking about video essay channels, the backbone of society. Video essays are really big on YouTube at the moment and have been for a while. At this point, for whatever topic or niche you might be interested in, there's probably some guy on the internet that has made a way too long video about it. You want to see a video the length of 3 feature films on Nikocado Avocado? Well, The Right Opinion has got you covered. Do you want to see a 2.5-hour long video on The Vampire Diaries? Well, Jenny Nicholson made the video right for you. Do you want to see a really good and intelligent and good award-winning analysis on the Mr. Beastification of YouTube? It's a genre on YouTube that I personally adore, and because of how wide the range of what a video essay can really be, it's been really fun to see the various ways that people manage to insert their own personality in whatever analysis they really want to make. These people spending sometimes months and months on end working on and researching the most obscure but interesting topics out there. It's super fun and interesting, and I'm not really alone in my enjoyment of this. Since these videos cover a pretty wide range of topics, their viral potential is absolutely huge, with videos sometimes getting millions and millions of views, so that hard work can really pay off sometimes. But alongside the success of the more higher quality video essay channels, we've also seen something else, and that is the rise of the mass-produced, almost fast food chain-like video essay channels with a twinge of corporate feeling. Channels who've realized how easy it can really be to capitalize off of the success.
Okay, this jacket is fucking fire. It cannot go unnoticed. Someone needs to say something about it. I like the jacket. Very cool. Not even related to... It is not. It's ugly, man. I like it.
Of this genre, and fully went for it, posting videos left and right like it's nobody's business. And the problem here is not just with the quantity of these videos. There's actually some pretty decent video essay channels that post regularly but do more short videos that are very good. The channels that I'm talking about make their videos in a factory, essentially. Sometimes they're even run by corporations. They make the video like on an assembly line. They'll have one guy coming up with the like ideas and topics, have another person read out that script, and then another person to edit the whole thing in a like sleek and even maybe too smooth of a way, and then someone to make a thumbnail with the most horrible and repulsive piece of art you've ever seen in your entire life. And in a lot of these cases, there's probably not a lot happening here that is, I guess, morally wrong per se. It is just depressing, but I think it's fascinating to look into the eyes of this beast, this machine. Does creating video essays in that way, where you need to come up with groundbreaking, attention-grabbing takes on an almost daily basis, cause some sort of problem? Or am I just a dumb little whiny baby? In today's 5-hour-long video essay, we're gonna figure out exactly... This video is brought to you by my Patreon. If you want to support what I do over here, my Patreon link is in the description. You'll get an extra video off of it a month, and a Discord. I have a Discord where I talk to people. It's just a nice way to, you know, support what's going on here if you feel inclined to do so. So yeah. How about you check that out, huh? Part of the reason as to why this genre is as big as it is because of how broad the definition of what a video essay is can really be. There aren't any physical requirements for you to be able to call yourself a video essayist. You don't need a college degree. You don't need to have like
a benefit if you don't.
A job in the field that you're talking about in advance. You can just be some sort of like idiot, you know, some kind of dumbass. A video essayist can just be some person with a take and potentially a good and
motherfucker's just rocking his coolest jackets for this video.
Found one. Video essays can be long, they can be short, they can be about media, politics. Pickle Rick is a video essay, essentially any video that talks about like a subject with a script made in advance. Well, after doing a lot of thinking, I came to the realization that a lot of what defines these videos, besides all being, you know, a piece of content that talks about and analyzes.
Guy's saying so much nothing. He's getting to the point. His main point is going to be about one type of YouTube essayist, Sunny V2. And there are other channels like him now, like Sunny V2. I would say Patrick CC even does a similar type content. It's never like that.
As a thing.
Not as aggressive.
The main component that really ties them all together is one of aesthetics. A vibe, a certain type of title and thumbnail that help
Internet
indicate
Anarchist
to you,
apparently
the viewer,
is another channel
that you're about to watch
to
some, you know, some smart shit. And there's a lot of ways to achieve this effect. Maybe use some slick editing, maybe use some fancy words like sapien, and you know, just generally talking in a way that makes people believe that you're smarter, or sapiener. And, you know, using these elements doesn't necessarily mean that the video that you're gonna make is bad. It's actually just like a common sort of bunch of common attributes to video essays. Since the qualifications for doing this job are essentially non-existent, a lot of these mass-produced video essay channels will essentially use these aesthetic elements as a way to make you think that what they're saying is a lot more profound than what it actually is. Let's talk about Sunny V2. A lot of people have already talked about his Mr. Beast Chris video and how insanely dumb it really is.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast's brand. However, it may also provide some unique benefits.
The video is incredibly invasive and weird. Chris, who works with or for the Mr. Beast channel, has decided to come out as trans. Something that's well within his right to do. As life decisions go, this isn't really something that's any of Sunny V2's concern, but the way that the video decides to focus on things is incredibly weird.
So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the Mr. Beast channel.
Looking at this whole thing of like just Chris being open about who he is as a Mr. Beast related business decision is freak shit. It's some freak shit, honestly. He tries to like at some point analyze Chris's marriage. He is quite literally talking about Chris's life as if he's a character in a TV show.
And if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video.
This is such a
what
freak
makes this
thing
video
to say.
so ghoulish to me is the fact that he essentially ignores the fact that Mr. Beast and Chris are human beings that make decisions and choices that have nothing to do with like any form of content whatsoever. What Mr. Beast is deciding to do here is what he's done in his entire life. It's an inactive decision. He's just staying friends with someone who he's always been friends with. I remember when Mr. Beast was doing this interview and he was talking about how he intentionally chooses to show less personality in his videos because A, it makes it so he can just relate to a broader audience, but also because it makes him kind of stay away from drama and people attacking him.
That is a lot of pressure because the product of the video is your personality.
Well, yeah, because if you're depressed or you're going through stuff, you know, it's harder to make videos.
And at the time, I definitely understood his point and thought that it makes sense. But this really, really, really just, I don't know, proves his point fully. Even this an active choice of his. This decision to stay friends with someone is being picked apart here and analyzed as a business decision. It's something for some Australian video essay guy to pick apart and analyze. It's something that's looked at as content. Even when not talking about issues that are as sensitive, Sunny V2 has been having some dumbass takes for a while now. I've been, I don't know if hate watching is the right word, but like annoyingly watching or begrudgingly watching his videos for some time now. And time again, I've been absolutely shocked by the sort of things that he can get away with because of his sort of posh adjacent Australian accent, where he sounds a bit like a news reporter. A few months after Dream's face reveal, Sunny V2 posted this video called "Why Dream's Face Reveal Was an Awful Decision."
Dream's face reveal could qualify as the worst mistake made by a content creator ever. Ever. This video is weird as hell, I'll tell you that much. In Dream's face reveal video, he talks about how part of the reason as to why he decided to show his face after all this time is because of the looming threat of various doxings and, you know, any sort of information leak whatsoever. The obsessive attempts of fans and other people alike to try and figure out how this guy's face looks like was starting to cross a line.
The people trying to leak my face, trying to find out what I look like, trying to, there's too many. It's a little, just a tiny bit too much.
And you know, I don't want to come off in this video as some sort of a big Dream defender. I'm not, but I'm mainly looking at what he says here at the context of Sunny's video, and what he says makes a lot of sense, right? It makes sense to not want to be doxxed. That doesn't seem like a lot of fun. This is an actual real threat to him and his loved ones, something real to worry about. There are more than enough cases of fans swarming private houses of people, or even like haters and stuff. And worse, SWAT teams coming to people's houses, breaking them down, terrifying and traumatizing the people that live inside of them. It makes sense that he wouldn't like to deal with that, obviously. But Sunny V2 doesn't really like this very much.
Yet perhaps he was simply unaware of just how relevant these incidents were keeping him. Additionally, since almost all growth on YouTube comes from some kind of uncomfortability, Dream should have recognized this feeling as a signpost to let these attempted exposés continue, giving him wave after wave of free relevancy.
What? He should have let go of the feeling of being uncomfortable with his life being leaked out like that, with his private residence being known to—
Dude, there are like commentators out there that perfectly fucking cater their commentary to like some of the most unhinged freakazoids online. And it's even worse if you are actually good at like editing, you know what I mean? Which Sunny V2 is. But basically, like that video and the sentiment expressed in it are nearly identical to some of the all of the downvoted LSF comments. It's like if you Sunny V2 is basically what you get if you went to LSF and just like took the energy of all of the most downvoted comments and then fed it into a fucking AI bot and then spat out a video with those takes, which is like, and there are a lot of people that do this shit. This guy has a video on you, I think. Wait, who? Pinely or Sunny V2? Because I don't think Pinely has a video on me. Oh, well, I guess he does from that one random channel that fucking ripped his video. It was the incident. Why do you guys talk about it like it was like such a devastating thing? Like, we literally immediately talked to one another and we dealt with it. Like, he's not mad at me. We know each other. Like, what the fuck is that? The incident. You're making it seem like it was like... drama perverts, dude.
To the public? He should have just been like, what, like fine with that being a thing? The potential of having a home invasion or getting swatted for what? for clout, because these attempts at his invasion of privacy can be like reported on and go viral. That seems like a good excuse for that. Are you crazy? Sunny V2 is showing on screen Dream's actual doxing information that random people have leaked online. I decided to blur it, but I mean, this is again an actual real threat, something for you to really worry about. It's not that Sunny is giving a counter argument to what Dream is saying. He's not saying that, you know, maybe face revealing won't change the doxing situation all that much. Maybe it'll make it even worse. That's an actual fair argument that you might bring up and saying why face revealing is a bad idea. And that would be fair enough. But that's not what he's doing. He accepts Dream's concerns. He agrees that they're a real thing, but he tells him to ignore them, because making money is more important than that. In the world of Sunny V2's videos, no decision can be made to just better your own personal life. Everything has to be done with the context of content, as a calculated move to feed the algorithm, which...
Yeah, a lot of people... I think a lot of people's brains are broken by being online so much. I do think that like a lot of people see it that way. I mean, Piley touches on the parasocial aspect, married to the fucking capitalism. Like everything is for content and everything has a dollar value associated with it so perfectly, because that's exactly what the problem is. That is the heart of the problem here. Is that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break, and people still don't know that you can avoid those ads by subscribing for $5 or for free. Okay? Right. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. And it's a real issue, but at least you guys are now more knowledgeable on the matter, more knowledgeable on the process than ever before. There it is. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
Which explain why his videos feel like they were made by a cold-hearted robot. Throughout the entire video, Sunny talks in a really authoritative tone. I mean, the video in itself is called Why Dream's Face Reveal Was an Awful Decision. He presents it as if the decision has already proven itself as being bad, but it's important to state that this was posted like in between when Dream face revealed and when Dream released his next video. At the time of Sunny releasing that video, he actually didn't really know if Dream's face reveal was a bad idea or not. He just knew that the idea of saying that would drive clicks to his video. Yes, his next upload did actually get a lot less views than he usually does, but that could just be a...
I feel like a lot of people have this idea that it's okay to be a permanently online weirdo as long as you're making money off of it. Sure. I also feel like there's an idea where like there are permanently online people like myself, and because I'm like permanently online in certain ways, you can I don't know, destroy my privacy in other ways that I like purposely don't talk about. You know what I mean? And people will literally do that and then turn around and go, well, that's accountability. It's like, no, it's not. You're being a cyber stalker. Like that's not. You know what I mean? You think it's called accountability, but like, what did I have to do accountability for? You know what I mean? I guess maybe not playing video games, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. Legit people will excuse whatever and say, well, you're a public figure. What did you expect? Exactly.
Attributed to the fact that Dream has just quit the one series that was really successful for him. In general, if you really want to look at the lesson here from Dream's decline in views, it's don't just have one idea, you know? Don't just do one idea for like, you should probably have like at least 2 or 3 more ideas. Even way before the face reveal, every time Dream tried to like kind of stray away from making those Hunter versus Speedrunner videos, it would get way less views, even in like a normal Minecraft video. It makes a lot of sense that a video that's just like a vlog of Dream and a bunch of people and Mr. Beast going through Antarctica, it makes sense that it won't do as well. His Minecraft audience is just not as interested in that. Not to mention that Minecraft videos have been getting a lot less views this year because, you know, lockdown's over. Kids are back in school. But that's sort of normal.
No, that it's a bit of both, but I think the main problem there, yeah, overall, Minecraft comes and goes in waves, right? Every 5 years, there's another wave of Minecraft where like another group of 10-year-olds to 12-year-olds get invested in the wonderful, bountiful world of Minecraft. But on top of that, the other thing is like any YouTube channel, every YouTuber knows this at this point. Anytime you try to fucking do something different on your YouTube channel, you're cooked. You are literally better off. You are literally better off making a new YouTube channel than using your old YouTube channel for something different. I'll give you an example of my YouTube, right? So, youtube.com/Hasanabi takes you to my original YouTube channel, right? What the fuck? I don't have the username still? What the hell? That's weird. I thought I got the username. But anyway. Okay. So look. If you go to my YouTube, Hasanabi, 1.25 million subscribers, and you look at some of my videos, most of my popular videos are like debates or reactions, the Ben Shapiro, other commentators, yada, yada, yada. Right? That's the kind of content that works really well on my platform, on this YouTube channel. Notice something that's missing from that? Gaming videos. Okay, I've uploaded gaming videos on here. They don't really do that well unless it's like super duper unique. Because the algorithm looks at this as a political news channel that does reaction and commentary. So anything that strays outside of those boundaries will get fucking buried in the algorithm. Another thing that's missing from here, noticeably absent, is IRL content, vlog style IRL content that is not expressly political. So here, this is like the first gaming video that we've seen so far. I hired e-girls to carry me in Warzone, right? So that's just what it is, right? There's the debates, reactions, and the like. There are actually here, like Anime Expo. Like when I went to the Anime Expo, that was an incredible, in my opinion, YouTube video that was cut off of my IRL stream, and it only got 407,000 views on this channel. That's a banger video. That normally, under normal circumstances, with the amount of care, attention, detail, all of that goes, it should be much higher than that, but it only got 400,000 views because it's not hitting the algo in the same way that it does. And I'll give you a great example of what I did to combat this, right? We made a second channel. It's called Hassan, @Hassan, okay? It's currently sitting at only 114 subscribers. Look at the view counts on these videos, especially original content, especially repackaged vlog content in the identicals. 114K subscribers, 114,000 subscribers. If you look at the videos on this channel, okay, there's not that many, right? Almost every single vlog content has done incredible numbers. This channel is new. It only has 114,000 subscribers, and yet there are videos on here, like you can see, with 300,000, 400,000, 300,000, 400,000 subscriber views. That is because the YouTube algo is looking at this as a vlog channel, okay? Or a channel that has like different kinds of content that isn't just like locked into one specific type of content, and that is like reacts and news and politics. Like, that's it. This is the reason why YouTube fucking hates variety content on the same channel. This is precisely the reason why you put everything on different channels. Like, in my opinion, and I don't know why Charlie doesn't do this, Here's the Fear End podcast with 200K subscribers, doing really great. If I posted these Fear End podcast videos on my main channel, it would literally do worse. There's also a gaming channel for those of you who want to watch some of my older gaming footage or even newer gaming footage. This one did well. Resident Evil 4 Remake is terrifying. 40K views. Holy shit. Crazy. Anyway. So with Charlie, for example, I'll give you the example. Charlie, Moist Critical, has 13 million subscribers. 13 million subscribers. If you look at his videos, almost every single one of his videos is over 1 million views. Almost a lot of his videos are over 2 million views, sometimes 3 million views, except for the podcast. Look at this shit. He's got the Moist Meter, 1.3 million. I Ruined a Taylor Swift Concert. It's like some IRL stuff, right? That's still within like the realm of Charlie. But like his sit-down commentary is what absolutely bangs, okay? But guess what's not banging? On the same channel, look at this. The official podcast, 140,000 views. If Charlie had set up an official podcast account for himself, which I don't know why he doesn't feature any other channels. Like, I don't know why he hasn't done that. Okay? If he had set up another channel, he literally would have more views on his podcast. It's so odd. I doubt that's the algorithm, though. It's way different content type that his viewers might not be into. Bro, it doesn't matter. Like, look, some of his videos are 60 minutes long. Some of them are 8 minutes long. Some of them are 9 minutes long. Some of them are fucking 3 minutes long. You know what I mean? And I'm sure he has longer length videos on his channel as well that have done all right, maybe poorly. Who knows? My point is this. It's not because the podcast is an hour long that it's doing poorly. That's one factor. It's because it's dramatically different than the type of content that he's making on his main channel. And the irony is that if he were to set up a new channel, for his podcast, it would do better. He just always says he doesn't care. It's not that important to him. He just does what he wants to do. The podcast is also a big Patreon. I just don't know why it doesn't take that much to make a new YouTube channel. Like, I don't understand it. Who asked you? I mean, my audience did. I'm giving you a pretty classic example of YouTube algorithm. And I'm describing it to you through my own personal experience with the algorithm. But I'm also describing it to you from one of the largest fucking channels out there. What the fuck is this?
Kill him, I'll give you.
This is his channel with 900K subscribers. Oh, it's the Moist Charlie clips. Yeah, I mean, he uploads a lot on here. And this is just from a stream, I think. Anyway, just something interesting to think about for those of you who didn't know. It's like it's a brief moment where I just like kind of pop the lid and show you what's underneath. You know what I mean? I hope you appreciated it. Maybe you don't, but
normal explanation.
No, dude, I didn't hear about the trans ally that got dropped from San Francisco Pride. I don't care, actually. I hope you figured it out. I don't. Stop spamming it. Like, I don't know what that is. And I don't care, okay? Please, I don't want to... Oh, my God. Like, I'm covering something so unrelated this whole time. This is the guy who got his YouTube knowledge from Mughal Mail. Mogul Mail is one of the most successful YouTube channels. What the fuck are you talking about? Ludwig is like, I mean, Ludwig, he's no Mr. Beast, but he is very good. Oh my God. Taylor Swift and Matt Healy arriving at her Nashville condo and new photos obtained by the Daily Mail. First of all, how can you tell this is Matt Healy? Like, how? I think it's pretty funny that Taylor Swift is like 1 degree like of separation from Cumtown. Or not Cumtown, sorry. The Adam Friedland show. What do they take this? Taylor and a random shadow. Yeah, literally. The sideburns are very Matt Healy. Bro, what do you mean? What sideburns? Like, am I seeing something that you guys are... Am I failing to see something that you guys are seeing? Like, am I blind? Where... I see an arm, I think, and a watch. I don't see shit else, dude. What the fuck? The fact that I made this picture with AI as a joke. Yeah, I remember you DMing me about it. It's weird that they're posting it pretending it's real. Yeah, no, this is someone who's memeing, dude. There's no fucking, no. Here, I highlighted them for you. Oh! What the fuck, M-HUD? Chill. I can't click away.
Why do you hate
Feminists and anti-feminists play truth or drink? Oh my lord, what the fuck is this? What the freaking frick is this, dude? Oh god, Weeby, you always have the most brain-broken content. I love that shit.
Explanation is not enough for Sunny V2. He needs to create some sort of weird lesson here, some sort of cautionary tale. Don't face reveal or you'll be less rich, I guess. Don't make decisions to better your personal life if you're gonna make less money off of it. It often feels like with Sunny V2's videos, the main actual thing that's being thought of here is just the title and thumbnail, and then you click on the video and it's a mess, you know, a neat and organized one, but still a mess at that. I feel like if you take away this sort of like, you know, the way that he talks with that accent of his and the sleek editing that looks like you're watching an Apple commercial, and those thumbnails, those god-awful thumbnails, so freakish and made out of plastic. I know it's bad to make fun of like a person's art, but these look like NFTs. This looks like pure ass. Because I guess it's essentially traced over the original pictures, but like it looks in the sort of pop art. Is pop art the word that I'm thinking of here? It looks like ass. That's all I'm trying to say, really. All of this is here to sell you
AI-generated.
the allure, the idea that something substantial and meaningful is about to be said here. That's why
Scooby-Doo says, it's cool that this guy made a transphobic video and now he's getting bullied into oblivion. Yeah, it's usually the opposite that happens. Like, you come out as, like, trans, or you come out as, like, an ally to trans people, and then you get bullied into oblivion. So it's fun to see the reverse of that very common meta for once. Partially because it is the Mr. Beast brand that this guy is, like, attacking. You know what I mean? Not necessarily Mr. Beast brand, but, like, Mr. Beast himself.
with every Sunny V2 upload, you'll get like 1 billion people reacting to that thing, mouth open, as this guy says one of the dumbest takes I've ever heard in my entire life. The video in itself is nothing but an afterthought, something to justify the title and thumbnail that he picked. In reality, after you click on one of these videos, the guy could essentially still say whatever he wants and get the same.
It's not cool he made that transphobic vid. Yeah, no one in this community thinks that that's cool, man. I don't know why you literally just misunderstood everything.
Same amount of views because the aesthetic does such a good job of selling you the whole thing. The need to feed this beast called the algorithm doesn't just end in a few bad takes. Sometimes you may run out of ideas to talk about because you upload so much. And when that happens, you may need to resort to a little thing that I like to call stealing. A few months ago, a YouTuber called The Asher Show made a video about a channel called Anna Oop, a video essay slash tea channel slash content farm channel posting videos every single day. Anna Oop's channel is absolutely huge with over 2 million subscribers, and most of their content is like drama related stuff. Zendaya called out for forcing her stylist to quit. Charlie D'Amelio cheats on Landon with mystery guy. Nessa Barrett, like the hat, accused of dating.
Whoa! What the fuck? I'm learning too much. Pinely, no! Oh my god, oh god. No, not Nessa Barrett. Who are all these people? It's like, dude, sometimes I feel like I live on a different planet. I feel like I just know, like, I'm so old. I feel like they just made these names up. Like, this is like an AI generated image, AI generated names. You know what I mean? Like, I have no fucking idea what any of this shit is, okay?
Olivia Rodrigo's sirens. I'm in New York right now, and there's just noise everywhere. There's like sirens going off. There's helicopters going off.
Is that Zach Bia, King of the Night? Yeah. Yes, it is. I do know that. That's Zach Bia, King of the Night.
This place is like a war zone, intended to make me regret filming my video on a rooftop. It's a bunch of videos that have clearly not been made for me. And that's okay. It's okay for a channel to make videos that I'm not supposed to watch. But every now and again, yeah, Anna Oop likes to dabble in a little bit of I was trying to think of a pun. She dabbles in stealing. Like Asher says in his video, it makes sense for multiple people to come up with a video on the same topic. I'm sure that's something that I've done in the past as well.
We all get the same news cycle. We see the same trending topics on Twitter.
Do you? Because I don't even see any trending topics on Twitter anymore. It's just like all random cryptocurrency shit. Well, actually, currently my fucking what's happening trending tab is hashtag femboy, hashtag trending DPRK, politics trending Greg Abbott, trending in California Demon Slayer. Very cool. Thank you, Elon. Let's look at the trending tab. Number 1 is Harden. Hashtag Onika wins again. Larson, Maxi, Joe Mazzulla, Tobias Harris, Brogdon, Neong. Hashtag Miami GP, Jack Hughes, SUVs, Canes, Play the Song, The Beard, Red Bull, FaZe, Bryce Miller, Optic. I am not knowledgeable, nor do I care about any of this shit, dude. In news is BlackRock, Tumblr, Elizabeth Holmes. I know this one. This one is drama. It's not Elizabeth Holmes anymore. Now it's Liz Holmes. The New York Times did an incredible puff piece on Elizabeth Holmes, by the way, which I will be covering tomorrow. Where's your Blue Sky invite at? Okay. For the past month or so, I have had, I believe, around 35 codes sent to me. I have yet to join Blue Sky. Okay? Maybe I will down the line. I'm happy for everyone who's using it. I hope it's a Twitter alternative that's better. I just have too much social media. Okay? I have too much. I don't need more. I can't do more. Okay? Give them out. I don't even know if I, like, they're... You shouldn't be able to see that New York Times article if you have ad block. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
And we decide to make videos based on those topics. Sometimes you might scroll on your homepage on YouTube and see a video idea that you want to do yourself. But you come up with your own title, you come up with your own video idea, and you add something different. And most importantly, you credit the person that you may have taken it from.
But you shouldn't just fully, like, rip off a guy. That's kind of rude. If you end up finding yourself taking inspiration from someone, which is, you know, absolutely fine, by the way, the least you can do is maybe, I don't know, credit the guy, do something like that. I feel like that should be kind of like common courtesy with YouTubers, which, you know what, in Sunny V2's defense, that is something that he's done in the past. And Anna has at times as well, but mostly hasn't. Her level of ripping someone off.
I think someone has, I mean, Ben Shapiro stole from Sunny V2, by the way. That was really interesting to think about.
Should be studied in universities. She'll essentially, like, fully rip off some talking points from people, like, word to word, and then also, like, not leave it at that. She'll steal the thumbnail as well.
This is my thumbnail. You can obviously see where Anna Oop got the idea for the thumbnail from. It's definitely mine. If you watch the video, the content is almost... It's like I did all of the research for her video and she just reskinned it for her channel.
And, you know, the goal of doing that is kind of crazy, you know? Throughout Asher's video, you can see time and time again Anna Oop doing that sort of thing, stealing the video, the title, and the thumbnail, and then also just profiting off of it like crazy because the channel is huge. And she, or the company that's behind this channel, know that they can get away with that sort of thing. And there's something about that that's incredibly frustrating.
April 20th, 2021, I made a video called Meet the Biggest Copycat on TikTok. It was about this TikToker New Main who would steal other people's videos. Sound familiar? 9 months later, the most disgusting guy on TikTok, Anna Oop. Original copy, the guy's in the middle. Original copy, the guy's in the middle. People are praising Anna Oop in the comments. I love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Anna, for this vid.
As a content creator, what are you really supposed to do here? You're going up again.
Bro, this is like, I wonder if this is worse than React content, because a lot of people talk about how React content is like ruined YouTube or whatever, but like, you know, there's React content and then there's React content, right? Like, for example, sometimes the person who's reacting to a YouTube video will like to add a shitload of additional commentary to it. You know, some people think that that's fine. Other people think that that's still not valid. Meanwhile, this is like a direct carbon copy. It's like a copy paste of that other person's YouTube video with your socials on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. For the record, I'm not even saying that like one is better than the other. I'm actually asking because, I mean, I know I do React content. I don't really mind, or not mind. I don't really care if people say like, oh, you do react content, like fuck you or whatever, especially because when it comes to political stuff, like, no, that's my bread and butter. Like, I am dramatically changing the content when I'm doing reacts to political stuff. And I try to bring that energy to like any YouTube video that I watch, including videos like this, or even random dumbass videos, like even MasterChef reacts, you know what I mean? I like to add entirely different kinds of reactions to it. And at the heart of that, is still like the same principle that made, you know, Cody and Noel very famous, right? Like, that's what a lot of YouTube essayists do for the most part. They're reacting to stuff. They're just not doing it live. They're doing it in, you know, they're editing it, and then you only see the final, you know, version of that. Yeah, same with Curtis, Drew, Danny, and Jarvis, yeah.
Against a massive company, a content farm, a factory. When what a channel does is just push out content again and again and again to feed this sort of machine no matter what, who gives a shit about what they're stealing from? They're just gonna do it because they need to keep going. Asher is probably just one example out of many that have experienced a very similar thing. If not by Anna Oop, then by another one of these sort of content farmy sort of channel. Standing in front of this machine, this beast, can make you feel helpless, tiny. And if you can't really beat them, why not join them? Jake Tran and Illuminati, yeah, I think that's how I'm supposed to say it, are two YouTubers that seemingly content farmified their channel, each one posting a billion video essays a week. Illuminati is now posting, I think, a video essay every single day. It's kind of crazy. I didn't used to watch Illuminati, so I'm not going to focus on that channel, but with Jake Tran specifically, I remember a bunch of his videos showing up in my feed, and
Jake Tran is a really interesting content creator because, like, I watched a lot of his videos, and it's, like, impossible to pin down his politics. I find that very interesting. Like, it's like a libertarian, I'm pretty sure, but he's like a libertarian with like an interest in crypto, but like in a lot of instances, he just like says some shit where you're like, what the fuck? Like, is he woke? Like, what is happening?
They were pretty cool. He a lot of times had some pretty meaningful stuff to say. A lot of videos had some pretty, you know, interesting lessons about like really bad businesses. He was talking about a bunch of things that should be called out, the lengths that evil businesses could go just to make a quick buck. And then he became rich. His team became absolutely massive. He got like a voice actor to do some stuff for him for his videos. And then, like the subject of his own videos, he essentially just started doing the very same things that he was like talking about. He made a video about how like the lottery is bad and scamming you. And then he promoted a gambling thing, making like anti-NFT videos, and then promoting NFT projects in those very same videos.
You know what's really interesting about this? Like, you only get mad at this if you already had an expectation from this channel that it was supposed to like mean something. You know what I mean? Like, if you already, like, I am not shocked by that at all. Maybe because, like, I always thought that he was portraying the role of, like, a centrist in a lot of ways in his content. So this kind of stuff doesn't shock me, really, that he's doing this kind of shit. I mean, Piley's right. Like, it does show that he has no backbone or any sort of, like, moral integrity, which I think is kind of important for commentary. If commentary is the main reason why people are watching you. You know what I mean?
I showed how he had started selling NFTs in videos about how bad NFTs are, or selling crypto in a video about how crypto is. And it was just so weird to watch.
And it's obvious why he took those deals. Lots of money is on the table over here. More money than any sort of sponsor could give you whatsoever. These goddamn crypto projects just throw out cash willy-nilly, probably offering him like hundreds of thousands of dollars, an amount of money that I guess is hard to say no to even if you're a millionaire. But even with that being the case, you know, you'd think that he'd have some shame about it. But his response to all of that was worse.
Quote, what did you expect out of a channel that teaches you to be evil? I do really appreciate the honesty of this. But on the other, much more important hand, you're kind of admitting that you don't care if your audience gets scammed by you, which it seems really wrong.
He then added that every sponsor on this channel helps fund this channel so we can help upping the quality and quantity. You're not going to be the right fit for every sponsor on this channel, and that's okay. So if you don't like the sponsors, skip the ads, don't buy for them, or unsubscribe from the channel. Which is a really funny answer. I did it because I wanted more money. Dig Tran also sells like an online course now that teaches you how to like get a bunch of money from a laptop job. I don't know what qualifies him to really do that. How to systematically find out what remote job is best for you. People don't live happy lives by mistake. Success is systematic, planned, and carefully executed. Yeah, I mean, every person that tries to sell you the idea that success is systematic should probably kind of watch out from them. How to crush any interview. I bombed all my interviews, it was awful, but the great news for you, I mean, again, you know, remember when I told you that video essayists don't really need any sort of qualifications to do what they do? I guess you don't really need any qualifications to start one of these bullshit-ass courses. This costs $97. He's just posting a random-ass picture over here with of him and Graham Stephan. What's going on? The video How Kwebbelkop Lost His Entire Audience in 1 Year by Sunny V2 is ass. It's just...
Oh, fuck, I watched this video. God damn.
Ass. It's a rambling mess. The video is about 15 minutes long. The first third of it is spent just speculating whether his relationship...
I just remember like the highlights though, you know what I mean? About how he like, first of all, I just remember the highlights of like him having partnerships and then like ruining them. I don't know why the fuck. And then I think he went on like is Kaya all right? Why is there no Kaya cam? Chat, any idea? She's dead. I killed her. And I ate her. Yeah. No, she's not all right. Yeah.
Ship with Aziland ending is the reason for his decline.
In order to answer that question, let's begin by looking at a Twitter post made by Kwebbelkop in early 2000.
Yeah, I feel like when I watch Sunny V2 videos, I always just like forget all the silly speculative parts, and I use it as like a Wikipedia article. You know what I mean? Because I remember thinking about like how irrelevant this part of the conversation was, to me at least.
2020. Before things go any further, I want to address the rumors. After 3.5 years of being together, Azzy and I recently broke up.
He talks about their breakup and their relationship for a while, only to reveal at the end of it all that it's all baseless. There is no correlation between this breakup and Kwebbelkop losing viewers.
Sure, he had one less person to collaborate and make videos with. However, if we take the date of Geordie's separation announcement, March 2020, and place it alongside his view count at the time, he actually went up in views after breaking up with Azzyland.
So why is he bringing it up? It's just weird. Sunny brings a lot more potential reasons to Kwebbelkop's decline. Some of them make more sense than others. Him separating from his...
But this feels like a hit piece just because the clout you can gain from hating on Sunny V2 at the moment is wild. Sunny V2 has some dog shit videos, but has some good ones too. He plays a YouTube game, that's all I think. Nah, Sunny V2 has always been like a praying for your downfall type YouTuber. The video that definitely made me think twice about his content, because he does edit very well, but The video that made me think twice about his content was the Ninja one. And I'm not even like a fucking fan of Ninja, which Sunny V2 seemingly was. Because it was such a like a fallen fan type video that he made on Ninja that I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening here? Like, why are you this invested in Ninja not saying slurs? Yeah, he has a hate boner for Ethan. He has like kind of made like kind of a defensive video on Keemstar.
His group channel, having a beef with some guy. A lot of really interesting stuff, I'll tell you that much. But then Sunny reaches to his ultimate point, the one that's presented in his ugly thumbnail for all its glory. His thesis is that Kwebbelkop lost his audience because he bragged about being rich.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse tour. Let's see if this video can hit 100,000 likes.
And it's just like, why would you post this, dude? You think it's just a coincidence that David Dobrik got cancelled in the same month that he posted his brand new
What?
multi-million-dollar house to YouTube? When you invite envy into the life of others, you pay for it in ways which you will not expect.
Little Joel, who's kind of like Big Joel but smaller, made a pretty good point about it in a video.
The data does not prove out this point, really. You know, there's a trend in Kwebbelkop's views. They've been declining for a pretty long time, and it's not like the month that he released these 3 videos changed everything for him, you know, ruined his career. It's kind of just been a slow decline. 1, Kwebbelkop is doing worse than he used to. 2, he did a thing that Sunny V2 and that I don't like. He bragged about his wealth. What you can do with that is just kind of make a connection. What if the reason why Kwebbelkop's not doing that well is the fact that he's doing something that I don't like? You don't really need evidence to support that conclusion. It sort of evidences itself. The reality
Big Joel is great. He's got some great takes.
The reality of the situation is lots of things happen in the world. YouTubers are not successful forever. They do better, they do worse. To generate some causal relationship between their being problematic in some way and them not doing well, what it serves to do is kind of give us the fantasy of control, right? It gives us the sort of moralistic fantasy that negative actions are getting punished and people get their due. It speaks, I think, to a desire to make the universe make sense.
And I think that's a really interesting point. It's why I decided to leave it in this video, mainly in full, to kind of speak for itself. But I also think that Big Joel is kind of missing something here. I don't think that Sunny V2 says what he says at the end of that.
Hey everybody, I'm sitting here. My dog is resting behind me. She's having a rest behind me. She's enjoying, and I'm sitting as well. And I'm thinking tonight about discourse concerning rich socialists. Like, whenever some big leftist, usually Hassan, buys something extravagant or whatever, shows off that he has money in any way, there's a conversation often had by conservatives, but also by good faith leftists.
Good faith.
I'm talking about how he's not an authentic socialist, about how it's, you know, it's hypocrisy or whatever. And I obviously this is a very dated discourse and a very old conversation to be having, but it's just striking me tonight just how corrosive this entire conversation is to any kind of real political thought. And let me try to explain what I mean.
Chat didn't link it. I found it.
My main problem with this argument about rich leftists not being real leftists is that charity as a concept is a virtue. It's a virtuous thing to do for everybody. Everybody almost agrees that giving of yourself, sacrificing for other people, giving people what they need is a good thing to do. It's not leftist to give people things that they need. It's simply kind. And the problem I have is that what we're really doing when we call people hypocrites, hypocritical leftists for not being more charitable, is making...
No, this guy's not a grifter at all. He's right. You found this pro-rich propaganda to show us? No, oh my God, you guys are such fucking dumbasses half the time. I hope you're trolling, okay? No, man. He's saying you don't even have to be a good person necessarily to be a leftist. Okay? Like doing charity, which by the way isn't even like the opposite of buying a car, for the record. Okay? So on that front, I don't even fully agree with what he's saying. But the overarching argument that he's making is absolutely correct. Okay? He's not even saying I'm a bad person, but he's saying you don't necessarily have to be this like moral, kind individual that everybody likes and thinks is like fucking brilliant to be a socialist. Okay?
The argument that to be a leftist means being a good person. And no, it doesn't. It absolutely does not. Being a leftist, believing in socialism, these are completely unrelated. These do not make you a good person.
Yeah.
At all. Like, you can be an absolutely shitty, garbage human being. To be clear, I'm not saying Hassan is. This isn't a call-out video for Hassan. You know, I don't know his finances, I don't know who he is. Whatever. But you can be an absolutely shitty, garbage human being.
Fuck you, asshole.
And still be a leftist. And any argument to the contrary of that is really saying that leftism is just your little virtuous culture club. I hate that shit. And to be clear, you know, by all means, judge whoever you want to judge. Be mad at whoever you want to be mad at. I have no beef with you for getting snippy online with whoever you think is too rich. That's just good fun. That's just a good thing to do with your time, frankly. I don't know. Being mad at rich people, whatever. Have fun. But I would just caution against making it about some deep-seated ideological leftist issue because it just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. The best thing...
This was one of my biggest fucking anger points with like the constantly unearthed discourse that they would like revitalize over and over and over again, which is like, oh, Hassan is rich. He's not a real leftist. Like, yeah, no, I don't get mad at rich people. It's fine. I mean, am I the right rich person to get mad at? I don't think so. One, because of like my proximity to like actual wealth. Two, the way I make my money. And last but not least, I would say that, you know, I think I do a decent job with my finances in the way that like, you know, in the way that related to the wealth that they have. Most people that shit on me don't, percentage-wise, I mean. However, having said that, the thing that really frustrates me, again, is that they would liken this, they would moralize this kind of hatred, because you can't just like hate someone and be like, you know what, I don't like his vibes. You can't just do that. You have to literally find like a legitimate moral reason. Like, oh man, I don't like him because he's fucking bad at a person being a person.
About leftism really is that it deals with the real world, that it deals with actual material forces. Leftists don't, or at least shouldn't, believe.
Friend of a friend who was a fan of this guy got really mauled at me for being your friend like a year ago. He's not even disagreeing with 99 things that they say. 99% of the things you say is so funny. They can't actually say why they dislike you or remember why they once did or anything. It was funny. Yeah, no, it's literally because we're all sheep at the end of the day. I do this. Every single person does this. It is because a lot of motherfuckers, okay, a lot of motherfuckers have said, he's bad, he's cringe, he's mainstream, we don't like that. So everyone else is like, oh, fuck, God forbid I find myself defending this guy on the timeline. All the cool guys are going to make fun of me too. You know what I mean? That's it. That's basically what it is. Human beings are very stupid. And a lot of people find like leftism to be like a hipster thing. You know what I mean? Like the Red Scare. No, I think the Red Scare podcast has very genuine ideological differences with me. And that's the reason why they hate me, because they're fucking stupid. That's different. There's a valid reason for the Red Scare podcast to hate me. Look, you know. There definitely, we do not agree on a lot of stuff. Oh, you said, oh no, not the podcast. I meant like McCarthyism. Oh, okay. My bad. I hate your content because you're rich and cringe. I hate it because you lie about fun content on a weekly basis. On a daily basis, we are not the same. First of all, I'm not even fucking cringe. The funniest part about this is that, like, the 98% of the time, the people that fucking say I'm cringe are people that are, like, effort posting schizo memes, okay? You can copy them all you want. In the real world, as, you know, I am probably a lot more normal than the average person who spends 8 to 10 hours online. Okay? There's a reason why every single person that you meet that has met me in real life will not say that I am cringe. It's not a word that they would use. I'm cringe in the circles that I exist in. The circles that I exist in have this dramatic aggression towards people who resemble their bullies, okay? People who resemble their bullies coming into their spaces and encroaching in their spaces is something that, like, nerds have hated for a very long time. That's pretty much what it is. It's like, oh, this guy fucking came in here. He thinks he's one of us. Like, fuck you. You don't even know how to play video games well, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, loser. Kind of like that. You get to be the king. You get to be the god king of the terminally online contingency, and then you got someone who you know, had like a normal life leading up to this very moment where I also became like relatively successful on Twitch, you know, and that shit pisses people off. One of the most normal in public couldn't even buy propane. First of all, successfully bought it. Let's be real. And bro really glazing himself today. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's like me glazing myself when I say that, like, I'm cringe to the, not to the average person, but to the average Twitter user who's extremely online. And I look through a lot of the posts that are like, dude, this guy fucking sucks. I hate him. He's so cringe. He's so bad. He's like so immoral. And the people that say that oftentimes are like, you know, they got like lolly avatars. Like do you think normal people would look at you and go, you're a normal guy? Like, do you think they would look at your profile and be like, that's a normal guy, versus my profile or me as a human being? Like, who do you think looks more normal to the average person? No. It's the same principle behind, again, it's the same exact principle behind, like, in the, you know, land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. In the land of extremely online weirdos who get to post whatever kind of unhinged shit they want to under the guise of anonymity, yes, someone who tries to tailor his commentary and his content, no matter which platform he's on, to like normies, is going to look like he's cringe. He's trying too hard. You know what I mean?
That Hassan should rule the world, that he is exempt from class forces, that we are all autonomous moral agents, and if you just put us in charge, we would be amazing at it and not selfish. That's a horrible belief, and it's not true. We are all, to some extent, selfish. We all act according to our own interests, and it would be better, of course, if we were all more charitable, more giving of ourselves. But the point of leftism very much is not to come out with a new breed of human being, to pretend that we are somehow the elite group of the best people who just do all the best things, and that's our ideology. All it is fart smelling. It's a fart smelling discourse. That's my take. Goodbye.
Thoughts lines with the Oompa Loompa crisis is deafening. Calling what some people conceive of leftism your little virtuous culture club is such a fucking banger. Yeah. I think the last time I watched this video, I talked about it before. Where I said, like, you can make an argument to eviscerate homelessness from a selfish perspective. I have before, just for the fun of it. If you don't want to recognize the humanity or the human suffering that the homelessness crisis creates, you can absolutely look at it with an incredibly cold, calculated, selfish, and logical way. Okay? Which is, you don't want to fucking deal with that. So why the fuck aren't we paying someone to deal with that? Oh, wait, we are paying for someone to deal with that. If you don't want to think about it like, oh my God, that's a human being suffering on the streets, we need to solve this issue. What the fuck is going on? Why is nobody saying anything about it? You can literally make an argument for more social welfare from a deeply and fundamentally, I guess, selfish point of view. You know?
That video in a sort of attempt to figure out the universe. I don't believe that SunnyV2 really cares about that, at least in the context of his videos. I don't know him in real life. This all comes down to what we talked about at the beginning, that Sunny's videos are mainly an afterthought to his title and thumbnail. That's why he gives about like 5 or 6 different possible reasons as to why Kwebbelkop lost his viewership. And the one that makes the least sense, the one that is the most odd and out of place, is also the one that he put in his thumbnail. He created this narrative of a man losing everything because he boasted about his wealth, because it's interesting, because it's good content. And I think that that's the actual dangerous thing here. Twisting human life so it fits the narrative of something like a TV show. It's essentially what he did with Chris, Mr. Beast, or Dream. He puts everything into a clear narrative for us to follow, a distinct black and white sort of situation, a good deed and a bad deed. And I feel like when you alter and twist reality in that way, you end up losing a lot of very important things that I really appreciate in a lot of these sort of videos. You end up losing empathy. In general, one of the main things that I really hate about these sort of video essays and the people who rip off SunnyV2 as well is that, honestly, it's just a lot less fun to watch. It feels like no one is having fun making these videos. It feels like a slob of content that's made for you to eat up, consume, and forget about. It has a lot of the similar problems that I brought up in the Mr. Beastification video. There are now so many channels who rip off what SunnyV2 is doing, who copy him to a T, have similarly lazy points to make. And the reason as to why they're doing that is because it works. SunnyV2, with the views that he's getting, makes tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. A lot is being thrown out the window here for the sake of sleekness, and I think that's kind of lame, you know? These little tidbits of personality are what I enjoy about these videos, you know, besides the points that these people are making. I cried when I watched the latest Defunctland video about the Disney Channel theme intro. Who would have thought that that could happen to me from a Disney Channel theme intro? I cried because the video was incredible. It's a video that's gonna stay in my mind for a while, that's gonna inspire me in my own creations. Even stuff like Jenny Nicholson wearing goofy-ass outfits in her videos, I think that's a lot of fun. Jake Tran could never do what Big Joel does. He could never film a video in a hot tub. He could never have creepy little angles in his videos. He could never do that, you know, because he's a coward. I feel like there's a lot to appreciate with channels that, you know, kind of decide to stick to their guns, who decide to stay true to who they are, when the alternative is so much more lucrative. Especially Big Joel. I like his videos. You should check Big Joel out. He's my favorite YouTuber at the moment. I wonder how I'd feel if my life was whittled down to a Sunny V2 cautionary tale, what would the title be? Dumb idiot loser decides to spend a month on his video instead of getting that bag like a idiot. This dumb little whiny baby is whining about creativity in another one of his videos instead of getting his bag like a real man. Shut up, dumb little baby. No one wants to see you whining again. Would that be the title? The last video I posted on this channel was a 1 hour long video about Pickle Rick. And it's unironically my magnum opus. I'm not really embarrassed to say it. It took me a while to make it. Has a musical number in it that I wrote. I hired out a stage to like film it on. Part of the reason as to why I made it was to see if I could make something like that. I wanted to use the video and the length of it as an excuse to, you know, just kind of like have fun. And when I finished that video, after all the work that I put in, I made something that I was really proud of. I felt happy with it. I really was. And then I posted the video, and all of that work was reduced to a bunch of numbers. The watch time, the click-through rate, the views, the money that the...
This is literally how I feel about like effort content, higher effort content, like IRL shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It sucks, but it is the reality. You know what I mean? People will respond to whatever they want to respond. There are market forces ultimately. People want me to engage in drama. People want me to fucking do just straight up nonstop political content. Talking about people like you, Hassan, I love you. Wait, what do you mean? You know, I had a great time yesterday. It was great, but the numbers wise, it was fucking awful. It was so bad. It was like literally, it was like I was playing Valorant or something. Like that was what it was numbers wise.
Video made, that's kind of what you're left with for a while. The video did fine. It actually got a lot less views than a drama related video that I recorded and edited in a day. It had me thinking, is all this like creative bullshit really worth it? And I think that's something that a lot of creators think about at some point. I'm sure that's something that Jake Tran thought about before he made that sort of transition in his channel. Why should I be busting my ass working for hours on end and make a lot less money than what I can potentially make? As much as I don't like the way that Sunny V2 talks about stuff, there is something relatable to that. Something in that voice exists in my head as well. This idea of, you know, what's stopping me? The whole thing got me thinking that maybe it's time for me to sell out a little bit.
Harley's a relatively, I would say, new content creator, and he's like working on his voice, and it's getting better every video I watch. He still needs to like, as an old content creator, I would just say brevity is probably a little bit. I feel like this is something I've been watching him for like 4 years. No, but like recently he's been popping off. Say that about everyone? It's because it's true. Anyway, let's watch another feminist versus anti-feminist play truth or drink. Now, of course, both feminists and anti-feminists see the top of the hour ad break, regardless of their political persuasion. And then after that, I'm going to do some gaming. There's a new... What is it? Like a Norwegian scary game? What is it called? Bramble? The Mountain King. Bramble the Mountain King. A spooky adventure inspired by Nordic folklore. Is it on Steam? Finish closing shift. I will be Excited for Friday. Oh, Zelda. Right, is Zelda coming out on Friday? Yes, I did watch the Jawbreak Aiden Ross video. Let's watch this trailer.
Into the darkness. Do not give in to the darkness. Do not give in to the darkness.
It's
you
like
will find what you are searching for within the mountain.
What was it? Little Nightmares. Okay, that looks a little scary. I don't know if I like. I thought it was gonna be cute. I don't puss out, motherfucker. I mean, that is objectively not cute. It's objectively scary. So I don't know how I feel about that. More sad than scary. Okay. Okay, I'm installing it. Everybody calm down. I'm installing it. I'm downloading it, you motherfuckers. I'm downloading it. Okay, we got London on the track.
Women. I wouldn't say I hate women. I just believe in certain roles.
Hi.
Hello. My name is Bailey.
My name is Riley.
I'm Charity. I'm Emily.
I am Chauvin.
I'm Peter. I'm the anti-fascist, but
Feminist?
Anti-feminist. Sorry.
Can you each take turns defining what that means for you?
I view feminism as...
That's weird that he said, bro, he made it seem like feminism is... What is he equating it to fucking fascism? Like, what the hell?
As a social movement advocating for the equality of all genders.
My view is anti-feminist. We were born and raised, and actually we tend to lean in towards those traditional ways, so.
Why do you think we brought these two groups together?
It's really relevant today. There's a lot going on in the climate, so I feel like there's maybe even tension between women in general because of it, so.
Should we start with the shot?
Sure.
Sure. Alrighty.
What are some stereotypes you've heard?
Among Us was offline TV? No, they're drinking. They asked me. And I told them no, because I don't want to drink. It's haram, bro. It's haram.
Heard about feminists.
Like I imagine somebody with like hairy armpits and like has period pad earrings, and I'm like, I don't like it.
What makes you like feel that way?
I don't know. I feel like the media mostly.
Sports bras and tiny pants and heels, and trying to just go above and beyond to make it known that it's my body, I can do what I want with it, and you can't do anything.
I don't have sports bras or tiny heels. Or
You're not wrong. Stereotype, not 100%.
It's all about body empowerment and doing everything you can with your body with whoever you please instead of waiting for the right person or ignoring the other
sluts.
people. No, not sluts, but that not following, let's say nicely, the 10 Commandments per se, you know.
Who gets laid more?
Bro, in the cut universe, like even the fucking anti-feminists they find are like light. I was expecting some Jubilee ass shit, you know what I mean? Like people coming in, like these are just like normie anti-feminists, you know what I mean? They're not like internet anti-feminists, it seems. Like they're not talking about how like women are fucking, I don't know, like trying to kill men by existing. Maybe they'll get more aggro the more drinks they have, but it seems like they're pretty fucking light in their commentary. Well, hold on, I gotta pee.
More feminist or anti-feminist?
I would have to say feminists. Anti-feminists typically have a stereotype of not exactly being sympathetic or empathetic towards women.
I can see that, but at the same time, I don't see how being anti-feminist would delay a person from being sexually active.
It's all stereotypes, but...
I mean, I would like to hope that everybody's having some share of affection or love.
Who gets laid more, feminists or anti-feminists?
I think feminists, just from what I've heard, especially from friends of mine that are women, when they're on dating apps and such, they have someone that they think is, you know, in that kind of sphere of not a feminist or is a Trump supporter or something like that, then they'd swipe left. Are you a Trump supporter, Bailey?
110%. I think he did a really good job at running the country.
Since we're talking about feminism, what do you think of his comments on women?
You know, people do say things and do things, and I don't think that people should be held accountable, especially for things that happened, you know, years and years and years ago. People can say things and still be kind, genuine people.
This is a tough question.
Oh God.
Why do you hate women?
What? Is that really it?
Is the question.
My answer is I do not hate women at
That's
all.
a good answer.
Why do you hate women?
I don't hate women. The things that they're trying to stand for, I just think is a little ridiculous. There's been so much time of us doing the same thing.
She said, I don't hate women, but the things that they're trying to stand for, I don't really agree with.
Would we want to change that?
I wouldn't say I hate women. I just believe in
I'm not going back to the last segment. So no rewinds.
I need to make this very, very clear. I do not hate women. Every woman's beautiful in their own way. I think the definition of feminism has changed over the last 60, 70 years.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, that's right. He's a third wave feminist.
I've seen it move towards focusing on women's rights and their reproductive rights, towards being really
like this type of attitude towards feminism is pretty funny. It's like saying I'm a classical liberal. You know what I mean? Which is, it's the same energy. Oh, I'm a classical liberal, actually. It's like, I want to be a liberal at a time when you could own black people as slaves. Like, that's the type of liberalism I'm on board with. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks for finding a new way to explain to me that you're fucking racist. Like, it's truly unique. This guy said, I'm a feminist because, like, I think women's rights should have stopped once white women could vote. You know what I mean? None of this, like, workplace shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Go back. Okay, I'll make a concession. Secretary jobs only, okay? Like, nobody ever, like, thinks through their arguments. Like, you want to ask this guy, be like, so what exactly do you have an issue with, like, the current wave of feminism? Not like he's going to say some insane shit right now, like, oh, yeah, the new wave of feminism is about, like, shitting on men or blah, blah, blah. But it's like
hateful towards men and their ideals of what is masculine and what isn't.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, you agree with the principles of feminism, but you don't agree with a certain segment of feminists who you perceive to be more man-hating than...
Pre-wash Piger, bro, I pre-live it, dude. I mean, this is the type of shit that I deal with on a daily basis here at the broadcast. You know what I mean? It's like, I've heard it all, man.
They are about advocating for equality.
Yes.
This is a patriarchal society that is antithetical to what feminism says, which is we should all be equal.
Define, it has in quotations, a woman.
Define a woman?
Yeah.
A woman itself is anyone who believes that they identify as.
What the fuck? Middle ground explores whether two groups of people are opposed in their beliefs can come together empathetically and find middle ground. Production is Saturday, June 19th. They're looking for socialists, streamers, interest in the current political climate. Who are they looking for? No, I'm not doing a random Jubilee, man. I don't have time for that. You're crazy.
As a woman.
I mean, gender to me is a social construct.
I do feel the definitions are hard, but I do feel that a woman is somebody who was born with a vagina. That's my definition of a woman.
When you're defining words, it can be super tricky to like get the actual definition. Like, how would you define a chair?
Well, it has.
Oh, he's good. Ooh, he's gonna hit him with the four legs. Oh, he's such a debate lord. Oh, something with four legs that you can put things on. All of a sudden, boom, a dog is a chair, huh?
Like a seat and a back and four legs.
So a horse is a chair.
Which group is more racist?
Ah! I know all the techniques, you motherfuckers. I know everything that you're about to say before you say it. Fucking logicked.
And why?
Oh boy.
It's a slam dunk for me, but I'm curious.
I think anti-feminism is really pretty racist.
I would agree.
I'm more liberal on the side of anti-feminism. I think a lot of people who are more traditional are more racist towards that fact and are willing just to stay with their groups.
Why does racism have to come into it?
Some of the first feminists were extremely racist and did not want to include people of color at all in the things that they were fighting for. Yes, that's why.
Well, you just taught me something new.
That's why women of different races were allowed to vote at different time periods throughout history.
Honestly, don't know.
Bro, she's like, damn, thank you for giving me shit to add to my arsenal of why I'm an anti-feminist. Her ass is gonna be doing that fucking junk history shit. Like, did you know early feminists were racist? It's like, okay, but they're not now. So like, what? But you're now. You're here right now. Also, that didn't stop black women from advocating for the suffrage movement. Like they did. You know what I mean? Black women weren't like, wow, the overwhelming majority of the suffrage movement is like anti-black. So like, let's not get, we're anti-feminist now. You know what I mean? Like they were not. What the fuck?
I'm gonna just take a shot because I can't answer that question. Can you answer the question?
Yeah, I'd say generally I think anti-feminists are more racist.
I figured you'd say that. Why?
Because there's typically a lot of beliefs that tend to go together.
I disagree. I mean, and personally, I don't see skin color. You're a human.
I think it's an outdated phrase to say I don't see color, and that was born out of not recognizing the different experiences people go through. For your case, you're saying you like to have a traditional kind of household. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if that's what you want. Mm-hmm. It's more about if you are trying to tell others the way that they should live and you're advocating, politically, voting for people or wanting laws to get passed that keep things a certain way, that restrict people.
Why change something that's worked for so long?
Maybe works for some people.
What are feminists not getting right?
It's not about us versus them. Feminism, at the end of the day, is about the ability for us to be able to work together and pick the best viable person to do the job, no matter what gender they are.
Do you remember when Trump first got elected and there were the women's rights riots?
Yeah.
People had like the little pink hats with the cat ears, the pussy hats. I don't know what they were called. It makes me think a lot about white feminism and the way that feminism is expressed. Like me included to have to like check themselves at every point and be like, am I listening to people more marginalized than me? Or am I like getting really excited about a movement and like doing something performative, like wearing a pink hat with cat ears and yeah.
Give feminists one compliment or take a shot.
I'm taking a shot on that one.
Let's take a shot and I'll give you all a compliment. Clink, clink. I will say that I think feminists, radical or not, are real strong. Try to beat one down with your words. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think feminists are amazing in the way of they've made birth control, condoms more accessible, and I think as well as promoting there being male birth control as well.
All right, game's over.
Woo!
All right.
How was that?
That was really fun. Good
conversation.
conversation. Yeah. I think it's conversations that people need to have.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was I was prepared for way worse.
Better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were prepared for way worse because the internet has broken our fucking brains. All right, let's watch this Redfield video. Some of you will watch the top of the hour ad break, and then we'll do Bramble. A scary game. Top of the hour ad break is upon us. I'm not even doing a segue. I don't know why I'm so fucking tired. I think I need more coffee.
Good as Red Dead Redemption? Yes. No.
Why is her hand like this?
Sorry, I'm spacing out today.
This is like an animatronic you'd see at like the Disney World ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, the impossible has just been done. The iconic character, Ryan, from Dead Island 2 has finally been surpassed by Martha from Redfall.
My name is Terrence Hunt.
I know.
I'm Anna, and this is my husband, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Your coach respawned in the closet. We gotta go get him.
Come on, people. Let me out of here. Hello? Every gamer worldwide is making fun of Redfall. People are calling this game a dumpster dick disaster with some of the worst AI in a shooter, and I have to disagree. I think this is some of the most unpredictable AI I've seen so far. Sometimes enemies will spawn inside of objects. Sometimes they will spawn underground where you can't even shoot back at them.
I will shoot you. Dead as a dormouse if you test me.
Sometimes they'll start aiming at the stairs. And
what the fuck is a dormouse? Dead as a dormouse? What?
Enemies will phase through cover. They will take cover behind nothing.
Here comes the heat.
This ain't my fight.
Some enemies don't even really exist. The megaphone enemies will often overestimate just how effective the megaphone is as a weapon. Sometimes you will just die to a burning hay bale that is nowhere near your character, and I say good because that is what I deserve for playing the game Redfall. When the game started, there was like one enemy per zone, and it was just a race between me and Fluppy to see who could shoot them first, and Fluppy won the race pretty much every time.
Flup, let me kill that one. Let me kill that one. Let me kill these guys.
Oh, they're dead.
I got this guy. I'll kill this guy. Guess not. Fluppy, let me play now? Let me have a turn of playing?
Hey, I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish.
Thank you.
Sounded like cultists. Hey, we're after supply crates from these choppers. We could go straight
That
for
was
the
the last
cars
time I ever
or
laid
have these
eyes on
breaks off.
Shuffleboard Pete.
But there's
God
that
knows
other
we ended up
chopper.
definitely just running with the
¿Qué
O'Brien
tú
brothers.
crees, primo?
For the rest of the inmates at Shawshank.
One of the best parts of this game is that every single object explodes. So for a player like me, that's gonna be really funny for me.
Here's one. You idiot!
I'm not falling for that shit. Get out of here. I'll be right back, you guys.
Live after the family.
Oh shit, that's good. Flip, no! Damn it!
Yo, I faked you out there. I would never die. Ah!
The most challenging enemy that we faced was the infamous Hollow Man.
The Hollow Man. Who was that?
I think it was the Hollow
No,
Man.
no, no, stop. Oh, it's got everything. Riveting dialogue that makes so much sense. Who was that?
Didn't you hear the Hollow Man?
He is the first main boss of the game, and he took about 12 seconds to kill, I think.
Oh, he's dead.
Video games have been doing incredible work lately with these extremely fine-tuned PC ports. Some people are calling Jedi Survivor the new Crisis because there is no computer that can run the game. Redfall honors this rich legacy of PC ports with up to 14 frames per second gameplay on the lowest quality settings.
Do you see?
I feel like that's done as like the meta for far too long has always been lol, only 60 FPS, lol, you guys suck. Have fun with your 30 FPS game, stupid. Here on my PC, we get to have all of it. Turns out nowadays developers are fighting back. Developers are fighting back by making PC ports impossible to run with 30 FPS even. That's right.
See this guy?
Yeah, I see that.
I
I was trying to shoot him.
Let's take her out.
I don't see it. I killed everyone over here, so.
Not this person.
I killed everything.
Oh, they're gone.
I've seen things in Redfall you people wouldn't believe. I watched a man clip through the floor for half the game.
What the fuck is Fluppy doing?
Look, your guy climbs this ladder like a fucking dumbass.
Don't say that.
Look at this guy.
Is it just me?
That's not how you do that.
I think the nail in the coffin for me was when Xbox themselves openly admitted that this game sucks ass.
That's awesome. Didn't they also recently admit that the PlayStation won the console wars too? Man. Love me some Linux, baby. That's right, Steam Deck. That shit is so fire. It is so. I mean, look, I've never had an Xbox. I've never owned an Xbox. I've only owned a PlayStation, and recently I bought a Switch. But let me tell you something. I would marry the Steam Deck if I could. I'm pooping and I'm playing until my fucking legs fall asleep. Okay? I'm laying in bed. I'm playing until this fucking fat behemoth falls on my face and breaks my nose. God damn, it's so good. Oh, fuck. Yo, Steam should literally give me money. I promote it every fucking day. It's crazy. Wish you streamed during this era. What the fuck? Billionaire Alki David pays rights to broadcast legally assisted suicide on battlecam.com. That's insane.
Damn, this guy's good.